Hi there, welcome to Sports Center. I'm Dan Patrick. Plenty of good stuff to get to on the program tonight. But first, our top story of the day. Sega Sports, the authority in sports video gaming, has drafted ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, as a key player to boost its critically acclaimed Sega Sports franchises to a higher level in order to score with gamers. Let's have a look, shall we? First to the NFL, and the Patriots, the Cinderella story of last year, took everyone by surprise. They will have the bullseye on them this year.
Oh, check out these moves. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
What a hit! Yes!
Unbelievable! Oh!
Up the middle and cut!
What a smash! Oh, that's how you do it.
Yes!
Another painful stop. Yes! Urlacher again with the stop.
This is NFL 2K3 on ESPN.
I did all of that perfectly, and my microphone was flipping muted. Crap. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 101 of Random Rosters. My name is Sean. This is youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex, where every Tuesday you can catch a brand new episode of Random Rosters in an old football game where we randomize the rosters through a fantasy draft, and we watch a few games every single week and work our way through the season. Everything else was timed so perfectly that I don't want to do it again, so I'm going to just let the recording roll, by the way. So hopefully you're not alarmed by the fact that, thank God I was looking at the recording. Otherwise that would have been real embarrassing. It's Random Rosters, season number 6, episode number 101. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Sean, this isn't NFL Fever 2004. What on God's green earth is happening right now? Well, let me tell you, fine folks, it's a long story that got longer today because this is actually my second attempt at recording episode number 101 of Random Rosters. I will try to keep it brief. It is a long story that it doesn't need to be that long, but I like to give a lot of detail. Upon my search for MLB The Show 17, which I am doing tonight with the Seattle Mariners, the three-inning game, full series gameplay videos that are going up Tuesdays and then Thursdays through Sundays. Upon my search for those games, I stumbled across the fact that I owned a couple of MLB 2K games. And then I thought, why don't I just do some research about this, because I wasn't sure exactly how long the NBA Random Rosters is going to run. So I was like, maybe I could fill out some content with some of these old games and just kind of play a bunch of baseball games. I'm very into baseball games for some reason right now. I can't stop buying them and playing them. Upon my research of the 2K MLB series, I discovered that they have a bit of a weird game called MLB 2K5. Totally normal. World Series Edition. Now, what's interesting about it is it's kind of that weird time period where like a game like the Halo 2 map pack exists, where it's like a physical DLC or update for a game that caters to people who might not have, Xbox Live. Halo 2 is famous for having to balance both local multiplayer and online competitive multiplayer with the map sizes. But I digress. So I thought, that's kind of an interesting piece of history. Why don't I go out and find a copy of it? As I was looking for a copy of NFL Fever 2002, I remembered, I was going to look and see if they had MLB 2K5 and hopefully the World Series Edition. Thankfully, they had both, because I don't know that I actually would have bought the regular standard 2K5. I might have. I've been so into baseball games. But either way, they had both, so I bought them. And I'm thankful that they had both. Not 100% sure that I would have bought both of them, or like one just individually. I'm glad that I bought both. Upon playing the game, searching through the menus, digging through, having fun with it. It's a great video. You should go back and watch it. It went up on, I believe it went up on Sunday, and then I did a little behind the scenes video yesterday. about this very series. I discovered that they would allow you to, in a season mode, do a fantasy draft, and you could like watch the games or whatever. Like you could wiggle it so that it was the correct way you wanted it. So I went back in, tested MLB or NFL 2K games, 2K2 through 2K5. These are series that games that I've wanted to have in the series on the channel because they are very popular games, and those are kind of the games that you want for this sort of thing. NFL Fever, not super popular. NFL Prime Time, less popular. Madden, pretty popular, especially this era. These games sit in an interesting space where they are old enough that people have like nostalgia for them, but they're not too new that people go, why aren't you just playing the new version of the game? Because it's a very, very specific thing that I'm doing with these older games. So I went in, I tested them. Every one of these games, for some reason, has some weird quirk to them. I think in this game I had to give... this game you're only controlling one team, but in like 2K2 you had to control a bunch of all the teams at once, and I think that's the same in 2K5, but 2K4 is some other weird way. It's very convoluted, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So I went in going like, okay, 2K2 is going to be the game that we're going to use. I was able to get just enough settings right to do it the way that I wanted to. Recorded the entire episode of NFL 2K2, which ran about 2 hours and 45 minutes. Thought I had everything figured out and taken care of. It turns out that at the very end, when I look at the standings, when you randomize it as a fantasy draft, the game, for some inexplicable reason, randomizes the divisions of football. And this actually might have been kind of a saving grace. When I saw it, I was like, oh man, this sucks. I like just burned 2 hours and 45 minutes. Like that kind of sucks. Maybe I'll do something with the video so you can see it. But it just randomizes the entire, like, the division. So you have like the Tennessee Titans and the NFC West, and it's like, this isn't what I want. I kind of thought about using it, but it turns out it's actually going to be a saving grace, because 2K2, while it is a better game than probably Primetime 2002, and probably better than NFL Fever 2002, it still has some pretty severe clock management issues, and the CPU makes a lot of really weird decisions, and the quirks in the game visually are a little bit odd. They're not terrible, but it is like noticeable. Like quarterbacks will drop back and they'll run into running backs who don't guard or block correctly. They don't like assert themselves towards the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of times where quarterbacks are throwing off their back foot, which doesn't make a lot of sense. There are several instances of players like spinning around and then throwing, or spinning around and then catching. It's a weird game with some bad clock management issues. The hurry up offense isn't quite right, and it doesn't use timeouts effectively. There was a game between the Browns and the Packers that should have been closer, and the Browns should have had at least one more shot at a drive, but they didn't use their timeouts, or used one and didn't use the other two. It was very confusing. So it might have been a little bit of a bullet dodged on that one, because we just got through a game that is technically unfinished in a lot of ways and doesn't work exactly the way that I was looking for. So went in to NFL 2K3, which was the next one up, got everything figured out. I have it on this screen, by the way, just so it doesn't go into like a demo mode, and drafted the fantasy rosters, took a look at how long the games take. There are a lot of fun little features here with the ESPN integration I'll talk about as we proceed through the games. The games are quite long. They are approximately 50 minutes long, so we are going to do triple headers here in this season, and we have a fun set of triple headers for you, or a triple header solo in today's episode. Also, the one other weird thing is, I probably should have noticed, I was trying to find a matchup that we had already had to watch, like in a different game. Like we had the Jets and Colts or whatever it was in NFL Fever 2002, and I was trying to find that in this game. It randomizes all the matchups as well. The Titans, who were the Super Bowl champion of last season, they were on a bye week. it was a disaster. Should have been my inkling, should have checked. But why would you need to check that? It's whatever. So, that's what we're doing. We're doing NFL 2K3 powered by ESPN. And we're going to be playing that and enjoying it. A lot of fun touches to this game. The ESPN filter or whatever is a lot of fun for this era, especially for me growing up with this sort of era of ESPN and this style. So let's jump in to the game. Hopefully that story made sense and was, fine. So I already did it. We're all set. I control the Packers. There is CPU trading and stuff. So just kind of keep that in mind. You can't see the standings, which is kind of weird here in this. You have to get to the second week before you see the standings, but I did simulate a week. I didn't save. And then I looked at it and everything looked fine. So, So we are going to take a look, and the best thing is you can check mark the games that you want to watch. We have to watch them in order, but we are going to watch 3 games today, as we always do. We are going to watch the Cover Athlete game, which is Brian Urlacher of the Chicago Bears. They are taking on the Vikings. We are going to watch the Super Bowl champion Tennessee Titans take on the Eagles, and then we're going to have one that we've had in the other 2003 seasons, and that is the Sunday night matchup between the Cowboys and the Texans. So we'll go ahead and advance here. And I think it's going to simulate some of the games, but not all of the games. And we'll have Vikings-Bears here, game number 1 of the season. And right off the bat, we're going to see some fun, what's it called? Some fun ESPN-ness right off the bat.
The Vikings come in with a pass defense that looks like it can hold its own. If they're consistent, they could make the difference out there. They will be going up against a team with similar weaknesses versus the Bears, who come in with huge holes in their secondary.
Hopefully none of this causes a copyright problem. Lord help me.
And they're likely to give up some big plays. To see how it turns out, we'll go to Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe.
Oh, that's
out
right.
of Illinois.
Chicago only has... Oh, shoot, I gotta get this.
Well, it's a good
Oh, we're gonna be
day
in
for
the
some early football here at
Memorial Stadium. We're not...
I'm Dan Stevens with Peter O'Keefe.
We're in that
Peter,
Illinois
how
stadium,
about
I
giving us the
think.
lowdown?
Dan, I like these guys.
So we got
They
James
know how to
Ferrier.
pass rush,
This
but
is a fun
they're
little touch. You get an
especially
idea of
skilled
who's
at
playing
dropping
for the
back into
team.
coverage to defeat a pass. James Ferrier brings the
And this
ability
game,
to
from what I
disrupt the
noticed, also
pass by
plays a little bit
assessing
better
situation
in
and
the
barking out
demo
adjustments to
game
his
that I
team.
kind of
Now
watched just to
here
keep
we
track
have
of how
another
long things
do-it-all
run.
kind
So
of linebacker
let's see.
warming up. Von Kirkland
That
comes in
one.
showing a knack for knowing when the play is going to be a run and when it's going to be a pass. During his career on defense, he's averaged 5 tackles and didn't get to the quarterback often.
Okay, Peter, now let's go to midfield for the coin toss.
48%. Oh my gosh. I think the audio's okay, but I might tinker with it. I did end up tinkering with it in 2K2 as well.
The Bears will receive, and we're about to get underway.
So here we go. Game number 1. I believe I had... Yeah, Minnesota was in the other episode that I did as well. They played the Dolphins.
Elam gets ready for the
But that
opening
doesn't
kick.
exist. So Jason Elam is kicking off for the Minnesota Vikings.
It's off.
And that kick is away. And here we go in Chicago for game number 1. And he will take it out of the end zone 5 yards deep. Up to the 20. Tries to make a move. And that's where he will get knocked down. So 1st and 10 from the 20. Took an unnecessary hit there. Could have just,
First play of the drive,
knelt the
let's see
ball
what they
down.
do.
Camera's also a little bit smaller because I was trying to fit it in the corner correctly. Every time I thought I had figured out a spot to put the camera, I was like, oh. They're like, no, we're going to put something here. So here we go. Bears 1st and 10 of the 20 using a little bit of a shift. Short drop and grab at the 30. Looking forward progress to the 31, and it's quickly going to be a 1st and 10 for the Chicago Bears. Amani Toomer on the receiving end there
He sends a
from
telepath
perhaps
through his
Cordell
hands.
Stewart.
Take a look. There's the throw right to him.
This passing offense spends so much time in practice running plays and patterns that it's almost instinctive at this point.
So a good start for Chicago, not only to the game, but to the season. A quick completion there.
Tight end is lined up on the right side.
Stewart drops back. It's a short drop. He throws off his back foot. And again, Toomer, he takes a shot at the end of that play. Absolutely hung out to dry there. It's not necessarily the quarterback's fault, but the receiver was not, or the defensive back was not afraid to come in there and just lay a hit down. Number 42 for the Minnesota Vikings. 2 for 2 going to Toomer back-to-back. Oh, one other weird thing in NFL 2K2. Players would have the same jersey number on the field. There were 2 number 21s in the Cleveland Green Bay game, and it confused the absolute heck out of me. Oh, that's intercepted by the Minnesota Vikings. It was a short drop. He tried to pass it over the middle, but big number 99 puts his mitts up and snags a pick. So that drive will be stopped after some pretty good momentum. He was going right back to Toomer. That is a terrific pick. Kind of a weird animation there as Toomer looked like he got kind of hung up there. That is a huge play and a nice return. Sets him up 1st and 10. On the 29-yard line. Thank you. Thank you, commentator. I appreciate it. It also says it on the screen. Congratulations, Sean learned how to read a football scoreboard. That is a short drop and a nice pass up over the middle to number 80. And we'll take a look at the offense for the Minnesota Vikings. This is another nice touch here. We get all of the pictures, and they talk a little bit about the players as well. Ooh, wow. Jeremy Shockey, Keyshawn Johnson.
In his career, he's averaged 67 yards on 5 catches a game.
And lastly, the man
and then Aaron Brooks, Charlie Garner, Sam Gash, Aaron Brooks on the Green Bay Packers last season in ESPN NFL Primetime 2002.
Okay, back to the action.
The first quarter is the quarter that takes the longest because they do those little interstitials there. So we'll probably get all 4 of them here in the first quarter. Hopefully we didn't miss out on Chicago's. 2nd down and 1 inside the red zone already. We're going to bring a little extra pressure, and the receiver's going to beat it. Touchdown immediately from Minnesota. That is a terrific drive. Good recognition by Brooks. Great route on the backside. Terrible defensive ball bat attempt there. Chicago brought the pressure, which means it was one-on-one on the outside. And that time it was won by the Minnesota Vikings. So Vikings cash in, 6-0 extra point pending, and we're off to a flying start here in week 1.
Elam lines up for the point after. It's up. The extra point.
Also that extra point, a lot easier to see. It's good. We saw in the other video, in 2K2, it is so hard to see where the ball goes. So 2-play, 29-yard scoring drive takes 29 seconds off the clock. And the Minnesota Vikings will kick it away to the Chicago Bears yet again. This time they're up by 7. I love that ESPN score bug so much. He's going to take it out of the end zone again from 5 yards deep, and he gets a really nice return up to the 27. It's about a 33-yard return or so.
Well, last time they had it, they turned it over.
At least they are.
Let's see if they worked out.
At least they're not costing themselves field position so far. We've only seen 2 kick returns, but it's a much better experience than NFL Fever. Now that's a weird shot that they had in 2K2 as well, where they want to zoom in on the quarterback, but he goes to like check the offensive line. Oh wow, that was a nice pass. Threaded the needle there. And Jimmy Smith coming up with the catch there. He again getting leveled. Hard hitting Minnesota defense, laying some lumber early in this one.
All at the 36-yard line.
As always, it'll be 3 episodes every week, unless, otherwise, like, later in the season if there are some important matchups or just kind of interesting matchups in general. We are at kind of the mercy of the game, though, because it makes you play them in order, which is unfortunate. Some of these games, I think it's NFL Fever, doesn't care what order you play them in, which is nice. Madden might not care either. But the last couple that we've used have cared. Maybe NFL Fever does care, and it's Madden that I'm thinking of that doesn't. So we'll try to find some interesting matchups, especially late in the season. Turns out last season I think we went long on a video that didn't actually have anything to do with the playoff matchup. So that was a little unfortunate, but if there are episodes in the back end of the season, hopefully we can find some that maybe have some more playoff implications. And then, yeah, it'll be the same format. Four games per episode in the playoffs, 3 episodes to wrap up the season. We will likely move on to NFL Fever 2004 after this, and then we'll go to 2K4, and then we will probably go Madden 05 and NFL 2K5. And I now realize that I need to check and make sure that those, when I randomize them, doesn't like randomize the league. Should be fine.
Ball at the 45-yard line.
So it's first down and 10 for this Bears offense. They're moving the ball well.
Sharp in motion.
I don't know that the Bears have made the playoffs yet. I need to actually go in and do a checklist, but I got kind of thrown off because I was originally going to do NFL Fever, and then had the opportunity to implement 2K, and it's an incomplete pass. Might be the first incompletion that Cordell Stewart's thrown. Maybe the second. Not counting the interception, which technically is an incompletion to his own team. Second down and 10. They're going to go with a running play. They'll try up the middle. He'll get contacted and fall forward for a gain of 3. And I am starting to wonder if we aren't going to get the offensive lineup here for the Chicago Bears, which is unfortunate.
It's 3rd and about 7.
Unless it, well, no, because they would have done it after the incomplete pass. 3rd down and 7. Cordell Stewart, quick drop. Oh, that was in and out of the hands of the receiver there. I thought he actually had a good read. I like that play. We saw it a lot in the previous season, kind of the quick strip and then just immediately get rid of it. In and out of the hands. Defender looked like he got a hand on it. And they will go for a punt here. See, punter ain't got no foot. What is happening?
It's away.
Booming kick here. They will let it go into the end zone for a touchback. So, well, not super well played on the Chicago side of things, but I like the AI on the Minnesota side, letting that bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So Minnesota comes back out on the field. We'll see if they can do this for a prolonged drive. They only had to go 30 yards last time. This time they have to go 80. Brooks handoff up the middle. He gets absolutely nowhere. Tripped up right around the... He might have got tripped up actually behind the line of scrimmage and just fell forward for about a half-yard gain. Through 1. It is 7-0 Minnesota. Oh my goodness. 402 for 55 yards, whereas only 29 yards, but that's all they needed for the touchdown. 4 first downs for the Bears, as each team has had the ball twice. The Vikings currently on their 2nd possession. I appreciate the quarter after quarter stats. Those are nice as well. Brooks with a quick pass. He throws over the middle. It's intercepted by the Bears. It's just an awful throw from Aaron Brooks, and it's picked off easily by number 50. They do a little motion here. It's a quick one-step drop, and that receiver had no chance at all. Shockey was nowhere near that ball. It was like he forgot that he shifted the player out. If he's 2 steps in on the line and gets up, he might have a shot at it, but the defense was all over it. So one interception thrown by each quarterback. Minnesota took it to the house for 7. Can Chicago do the same? Stewart throws and finds a receiver for a gain of 4. Is that Toomer again? He's been a busy man today.
It's now 2nd and 6. They're going with the eye.
The Bears shift in their backfield. Throws over the middle. It's a wide open receiver. And he'll have a 1st and goal inside the 10. I believe that is... Well, it could be... I guess it could be Sterling Sharp as well.
Stewart threw a nice one this time. Watch this. Right by the defender.
This game really likes the really short one-step drop. Quick pump fake and then threw it over the middle to number 84. I believe they both wore number 84. But Sterling Sharp might have been out of the NFL by this time. Sterling Sharp played for the Packers in the early 90s. So it could be a Shannon Sharp? Let's see, when did Sterling Sharp leave the NFL? 1st and goal inside the 10. Stewart, quick pass yet again. 2 defenders in pursuit, but they allow, what was that, 5 yards on that. I thought both of them had a pretty decent... pretty good opportunity for them to stop that for no gain or maybe a very short gain. Instead, they kind of took some poor angles there. Sterling Sharp. Oh, wow. He was... Oh, okay. Wow, Sterling Sharp was out of the league way before this game. I did not realize his playing career was so short and so early. He played from 88 to 94, which is surprising that it was 6 seasons in a movie. And then I guess if you were to tell me it was a 6-year gap, I would have gone like 94 to 2000. Something like that. Maybe 92 to 98, somewhere in there. But, okay, so it would be Shannon Sharp there. 3rd down and goal. Stewart throws from a cluttered pocket, and he throws an interception. Oh, another pick thrown. Oh, my goodness. Get a replay here.
Let's look at this again and
I do love the telestrator effect. There was no Chicago Bear receiver in the area. Oh, there he was. Okay, he came streaking across the screen. All right, we're fine. Oh, it's bringing on the ESPN thing. Hold on.
You know, Dan, the offense has to make that interception count. Let's see if they can punch this one into the end zone.
So a nice job by this Vikings defense to create yet another takeaway. Chicago's been able to pile up the yards, but some mistakes from Stewart have let the Vikings have the lead in this one. The ball in his right hand as he falls to the turf, leaves it as a 2nd and 1 rather than picking up the 1st down. Halfway through quarter number 2 here. We might have missed every opportunity for both defenses and the Chicago Bears offense. Brooks is 3 for 4. His only incompletion is the interception. He's thrown for 38 yards.
In motion.
They're going to go with a pitch to the outside. Somehow that first man did not get him, and he was even up still after the fact. I thought he was going to be tackled for a 3-yard loss. I thought he was going to be tackled for barely a 1st down, and he still somehow managed to gain a positive 3 or 4 yards there. Sets him up 1st and 10 at the 2-minute warning. That is also much shorter than it was in NFL 2K2. Oh my goodness. You would watch each team go all the way to the sideline, and then they sat there for like 10 seconds, and then it was like, okay, that's that. Caught but knocked out of the hands. It's going to go down as an incompletion from Graham. And it's 2nd down and 10. Looked like that pass could have gone to either of those receivers in the area. Not a great throw by Brooks. Brooks drops and fires over the middle. That graphical effect is still kind of weird. Keyshawn Johnson picks up the first down. We'll see if they use any sort of hurry up here. There is a kind of a weird tackle animation, and we'll see it here. As number 50 hit Keyshawn Johnson, he launched him forward a couple of yards in a weird, kind of a weird way. It's not the most consistent thing, but it is kind of odd. They're not super concerned with the clock here, which is a little bit concerning. They do have plenty of time. They do have 3 timeouts. They're going to go with a pitch. That'll be tackled right at the line of scrimmage as he is on the ground. 120. Tick, 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 tick. Gardner picks up nothing.
Ball on the 39.
Well, they're really
Garner with the ball.
working in a very weird fashion for being under a minute to go. There was hurry up when I did this earlier.
Not a lot there, maybe 3 yards. Let's see what they do coming up.
No timeouts used by either side. That's not great.
It's 3rd and about 7. Brooks from the gun.
Brooks for the quick pass. Somehow there were 3 receivers in the area and no one came up with a catch. Not a single player with a catch there. How did he miss all of that? Do I need to go in and turn the difficulty up?
22 seconds on
I had the same problem in 2K2. I did a test game. Let me see if I can pull that footage here real quick. I mean, I can. I don't know why I'm saying. I don't. Let me see if I can. So when we get to halftime, fair catch. Doesn't really seem like there's much urgency here for the Vikings. They're in Green Bay territory too, unless this is it's a catch. He's inside like the 10-yard line.
All at the 21-yard line.
Oh, and then they kind of just ran the field goal unit out real quick. Wow, they just barely got that field goal off. I did not realize that.
Was the intended receiver incomplete?
Oh, these guys are almost.
There's a little more urgency with the Packers toward the end of the fourth quarter as they were down 3, but it's not as good as I thought it was.
2nd and 10. Single back formation.
Okay. Well, never mind. Maybe this game isn't as good as I thought it was. There is at least a little bit of that hurry-up offense, which is kind of nice. We're going to see a big run all the way up to the 40. Nice job getting out of bounds there. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Chicago Bears, a team that has not had a problem moving this ball up and down the field. I like this little find in the flat. Give an opportunity to get up the field, angle to the sideline.
Big yard play, a sterling effort all around. Ball on the 39.
1st and 10. See what they want to do here. They need, I don't know, 30 yards. A quick pop over the middle, see if they can pick up something. He's going to fall way back, throw off his back foot. It's a big bomb caught and a timeout taken. That is quite the aerial play from the Chicago Bears. They will call a timeout immediately, salvaging 2 seconds on the clock. And that'll give them enough for a field goal opportunity.
Lines up for the field goal.
The boos rain down, but this is the correct call.
It's away.
That kick is up, and the kick is good. Still hard to see. It's always helpful when a camera tracking a field goal zooms out. Very helpful. So 7-3 in a game that the Vikings are leading because of turnovers. And we have the halftime report. That's one of the fun things that we have in this game. Look at that massive total yards difference, 122 to 55. Le'Veon Kirkland, 1 tackle, has a pick.
Choice for our ESPN hot at the half player. That's our
Hot at the
halftime
half.
report. I'm Clark Dishman with a reminder to tune in to the ESPN postgame show at the conclusion of the game.
There's a
Let's send it
postgame
back
show
to
too?
Dan and Peter.
This is awesome.
Bears cutting
All right,
close.
so here we go. We're back out on the
This
field,
game,
third
the
quarter,
score,
beginning now,
7-3.
with a 7-3 deficit, and the Minnesota Vikings are going to get the ball back. They have not moved the ball particularly well. They have 30 yards on that opening drive after the interception. They had 55 total, so that's 26 yards after that. That's not good at all. You're going to have to figure something out, and there is no reason they should take that out. So nice to see that. You see it in NFL Fever. They're running it out from 9 yards deep. You're like, what are you doing?
Even though there's plenty of time
This is
left,
useless
they
to
love to
everyone.
score
This
on
is so
drive.
bad. Stop it.
Ball at the 20-yard line.
So the ball is on the 20.
Up in the eye.
As the cover athlete, Brian Urlacher's Chicago Bears trail in this one. Brooks. Oh my goodness. I don't know what it is with these Minnesota Vikings patterns. I don't love the play calls. The second time that we've seen just Aaron Brooks somehow miss two or more players in the same vicinity. I don't know who that ball was supposed to go to, but he missed both of them. Second down and 10. We go with a pitch to the outside. The Bears are all over. They had 5 defenders there to stop him. And that is a 2-yard loss, so not really helping that differential there. Down to 53 total yards, and you're looking at 24 yards total after the initial 29 you got on that quick 2-play scoring drive.
They come out in the shotgun.
3 receivers, actually 5 wide, 3 to the top of your screen. Brooks, quick pass. It's going to be a throw to the left side. He'll gain 4, which is not enough. Wow, that was a really bad drive. And they'll punt the ball away, taking just over a minute off the clock.
Smith comes in to punt after a 3-and-out.
Hunter Smith might have actually played for the Vikings. I was mentioning it in one of the games. It must have been the behind-the-scenes kind of thing that I posted up. And so I'll take this kick back up past the 40 to the 44-yard line. Nice little return there to help the Chicago Bears win this for Matu Moffat. Oh, that is a last name right there. Must have been the behind-the-scenes video I posted in these 2K games, but I like the photos, the like PA photos, whatever. I don't know what they are. Stewart drops back. He'll throw over the middle. Finds, I believe that's Jimmy Smith yet again. He'll just get the first down right at the marker. It'll be 1st and 10 Chicago. I like the official photos more than the like MLB 2017 side where they're like, oh, we're going to morph their face in game to match the team. And it's like, no, just give me the stock photo. It looks a lot better. First down and 10, Stewart. Quick pop pass over the middle. I guess it's not really a pop pass, but it's a quick pass. The Chicago Bears really like the one-step drop and just firing it over the middle. And you can see why. They have had a lot. That wasn't even a drop. That just was in the hand and out immediately.
He had them lined up just right, and they connected for a decent gain. Ball on the 36.
First down and 10. Inside Minnesota territory again. This is an efficient Chicago Bears offense. Stewart over the middle yet again. Of course, as soon as I say that, he throws an incompletion towards Jimmy Smith, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Minnesota defense has done a pretty good job bending but not breaking. They've only given up the 3 points. They came away with a key interception in the red zone. A big positive for them. See if they can hold them to another field goal attempt here on this drive. Stewart drops back off his back foot. Instead, they leave Jimmy Smith wide open. I believe that's zone coverage there. Nobody picked him up, and that was an easy find for Cordell Stewart, who is not even giving this defensive line for Minnesota an opportunity to get back there. It's kind of a wonky throw off his back foot. It's more consistent than I realized it was. Might have hyped this game up a little bit too much, but I'll be excited to see where this this particular 2K franchise goes in the future. Obviously, 2K5 is a hugely popular game even now.
They line up with 4 wideouts.
So that'll be fun to watch. Okay, another quick drop. Ooh, in the double coverage that time, looking for number 81. And that is just not a good pass. 2 defenders in the area, even if it's a completed pass, you're probably leaving him to absorb another big hit. Seen a couple of those from this Minnesota Vikings defense. 2nd down and 10. Oh, and they're leaving him wide open. I don't understand what the coverages they're calling are, because it feels like Jimmy Smith, every time Cordell Stewart looks his way, he's wide open. Not a great path taken by number 24 there to try to get on the ball. Smith obviously beats him off the line and fights through the contact. And it's 1st and 10. Cordell Stewart has 2 picks in this game. He's 13 for 20 with 154 yards. That's from the 13-yard line. Under 90 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Quick pass out to the flat. He'll turn up field and he'll run towards the line to gain, but comes up just a yard short.
They toss this one out left and complete the pass for a nice gain.
That is a nice gain, Mr. Commentator.
Second and 1. They have 2 tight ends in. Sharp in motion.
Going to bring the tight end in. Going to pitch it into the backfield. Tripped up deep, and he was able to at least maintain a little bit of balance to make it a less devastating loss. He'll lose 1 on the play. The running backs feel a little bit slipperier, especially in the backfield. Even if a defender gets back, it doesn't feel like it's going to be an automatic 6 or 7 yard loss. And there's a little bit more of the momentum kind of carrying them forward. Granted, this is, the 4th iteration of this game. Started with 2K back on the Dreamcast, so they do have time to iron out a lot of these kinks. And this Minnesota defense bent, and they finally broke. Run right up the middle. Didn't even look like he was in like a stance. They just handed it off to him and said, run forward. Jamal Lewis picking up the touchdown there. And it is 9-7 Chicago. And what feels like should be the correct score. Chicago is a team that feels like they should be winning this game. But Minnesota, obviously still plenty of time. They only need a field goal to tie. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So Chicago takes the 3-point lead with the extra point. Nice drive there.
The Bears, with that score, take the lead. They're up 10-7.
9-play, 56-yard drive, nearly 3.5 minutes long.
Murray sets up and will kick it away. The kick is up.
And the Vikings just can't muster that kind of consistency on their drives. They'll get hit and dropped at the 20.5-yard line, so it might have been better to just not worry about it. Buck Halter.
Well, let's see if they can march down the field.
Didn't lose him any yards, but
with a touchdown of their own here.
Ball at the 20-yard line.
First and 10, ball on the 20.
Drops back.
Quick pass by Brooks. He beats the first man and then is hit by the second. Nice find there by Aaron Brooks, and that'll bring us to the end of quarter number 3. Chicago up 3, 10-7.
It's the end of the 3rd quarter. The Bears currently enjoying a slight advantage, but
through the quarter they have over 100 more yards. They have had the ball for half the game already. 11 first downs. Not a lot on the ground. They got most of those 15 yards on that last drive. Last 2 plays of that drive. That was even with a bit of a loss.
All on the 33.
Patrick Jeffers, 2 receptions, 32 yards on the day for him. And we begin quarter number 4 from the 33-yard line. Brooks is going to roll out to the sideline, finds a completed pass to Keyshawn Johnson. He tries to get the stiff arm, but can't get away from the defender. They'll knock him down after a really solid gain. The Bears had a free rusher, it looked like off the edge, and Brooks able to stand in, take the hit, and find Keyshawn Johnson.
He's a receiver who does, a lot more than just
Falls forward, gains a little bit more.
All at the 48-yard line.
Pitch to the outside. This Minnesota offensive line does not look great. I would not be surprised if that is kind of the weakest bit of their team. They are letting a lot. They're not able to get anything going on the ground, and it feels like they need to do a better job adjusting and doing what the Bears are doing with those quick drops, quick throws, and apply that to them. Ferrier 3 tackles and a pick in today's game. 2nd and 11 from the 49 of Chicago. Brooks, nice drop off the hands. He's going to tip it to himself. And a beautiful completion to Johnson, who maintains concentration. Picks up the first down inside the 30-yard line. And that's what you're looking for. You don't need all of it. You can, a field goal's fine.
There was definitely not a lot of room for error.
Oh, absolutely. There was not a lot of room for anything.
But especially with the way the Chicago Bears team has been moving the ball up and down the field on the defense all day. You have to possess it, take a little time off this clock.
Ball on the 30. They line up with a split backfield. Brooks.
Going to send an extra blitzer. Nice job to get it out of his hand quickly. Makes the first man miss, and the second guy gets him. It's going to be a short gain, and he is down in some pain. We'll see them bring out... Okay, they didn't bring anybody out. Never mind. He just disappeared off the field.
Ball at the 28-yard line.
They will give him a gain of 2.
3 wide receivers on the field.
From the I formation. Brooks drops back.
Sits in the pocket.
Moves around a little bit. Another tipped pass. You can see the ball even move from the right hand to the left hand to protect it as the defender was coming in, but two little bobbled passes on this drive for the Minnesota Vikings receivers. Doing a great job maintaining that concentration, bringing him in. Brooks 10 for 14, 120 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. And this is the time for the Minnesota Vikings to have their best drive. Of course, as soon as I say that, they get driven back by 4.
Dan, that was a perfect example.
And the running game is just not there. This is a ferocious and good Chicago Bears front line. Doing a good job bringing some extra guys for pressure. It seems to be confusing the offensive line a little bit. So 2nd and 14. Brooks with a really quick drop. It's a little behind Shockey, and he can't come up with a catch. It'll be 3rd down and 14. Vikings have to be able to come away with a field goal here. They're taking a lot of time off the clock, which I think is what you want to do in this scenario.
3rd and 14.
It just can't end in disaster. Three receivers, bottom of your screen. That's actually where I am. Sorry about that. It's a quick pass. They're going to find our way into the end zone for a touchdown. How did he get past all those defenders? A terrific effort there on the receiving end. In between a bunch of defenders, made the first guy miss. And that was all he needed for 6. And again, like, just kind of threw that in between like 3 defenders. There was an extra receiver in the way. Now the Vikings with an extra point can take a 4-point lead, forcing a touchdown needed. for Chicago. That's what you're looking for. Best time for your best drive. And that's something that Minnesota hasn't done a great job at throughout this game. We've seen Chicago, as they've been able to move up and down the field, when it's an incomplete pass or a bad run, they are able to find the open receiver on the subsequent play and pick up a big gain, set themselves up in 3rd and short, or just pick up the first down on a 2nd or 3rd and 10. Minnesota hasn't really been able to do that. It's been like some errant throws or a run that gets into a weird spot, 4-yard loss, or maybe even no gain. And then they're going for the shot through the air, and then he's somehow missing 3 receivers in an area. That's the first time we've seen them bring it out and not be able to make the 20-yard line. Would have been better to just take the knee, take the touchback.
They would definitely like to score on this drive right here. There's not enough time left.
We'll see if this Minnesota Vikings defense got enough time on the bench to rest, relax. Not like relax, but like come out here and give their best effort to get the Chicago Bears team off the field. 14-10 with 2.5 to go, and they, of course, give up a pass immediately. It's Shannon Sharp. He'll get taken down by the second guy. And that is a really nice gain of about 14 yards as we wind down toward the 2-minute warning. From the 18-yard line up to the 30, maybe 33, so about a 15-yard gain.
Terrific job by the receiver.
We'll see actually where they mark it. Good start for the Bears.
Ball at the 33-yard line.
178 yards for Cordell Stewart on 15 of 22 as we hit the 2-minute warning. Now's where I think it's going to get a little more interesting. See if they pick up the pace at all.
Ball on the 33.
See how the timeouts are used. Hopefully it's better. Cordell Stewart shifts the fullback. He'll drop back, throws over the middle. Caught for a gain of 3, and that's not really what you're looking for in this kind of crunch time. But it's yet again Smith. They're in the huddle. I mean, they don't have to work too quickly. Jimmy Smith, 6 receptions, 55 yards, a little over 9 yards a catch. No touchdowns on the day. Going to roll to the outside. He is hit as he threw. Drilled. That's one of the few times we've actually seen the Minnesota Vikings either hurry or get to the quarterback, hit him. They've done a great job of Cordell Stewart. You were going to drop 3 steps or you were going to drop no steps, and you were going to get the ball out of your hand quickly. We can beat the secondary of this defense, and we don't even want to give them an opportunity to let the defensive line into the backfield. There's another throw to the outside, steps out of bounds, and that'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bears. And that's what I'm talking about. That's a big play there. It's an incomplete pass, not a sack, but he's wide open. There's no Viking in frame there that's going to reasonably be able to make a tackle. So you go with a bad play or a play that doesn't have any progress, and you come right back, find a wide open receiver. Will you please stop using 70% of my CPU? Goodness gracious. We're going to try and run up the middle. It's like they forgot what they're doing, and we have a... Okay, never mind. Thought he was going to roll around and writhe like he was injured, but he's not. Everything's cool.
Ball at the 45-yard line.
They do break the huddle a little bit quicker. Another shift in the offset I formation. Stewart. Quick drop over the middle. He's hit as the ball got there and forces the incompletion. 3rd down and 9. Even if Chicago turns this ball over, they can still try to play the field position game. A punt isn't the worst thing in the world. Minnesota hasn't been the most consistent team offensively, so you can coffin corner them, use some timeouts, try and get it back. Probably be looking at about where you are right now, but with a fresh set of downs. Stewart rolls to the outside. He fires and finds a receiver. He's inside the 30. 2 Vikings are chasing him. He's going to step out of bounds. He didn't even have to step out of bounds. He could have tried to make those defenders miss, and it's a huge gain up the right side. Incomplete pass right back to the receivers, and it's completed for a huge gain down the sideline. That's been the Bears offense all day long. Cordell Stewart up over 200 yards, passing 18 out of 27. Couple of picks. And they'll go with a pitch to the outside. He'll be met at the 19-yard line, and they'll drop him for a small loss, but they'll call it 2nd down and 10.
10 yards to go.
And they are not really in much of a hurry. They should be in more of a hurry.
Ball on the 19.
Maybe the clock management's not what I thought it was. Uh-oh. I guess if it doesn't cost them the game, it's not that big of a deal. Not like Cleveland last season. Boy, this is ticking down. The Denver Broncos out on the field. It's a quick pass to the outside, inside the 20, inside the 10. He'll step out of bounds. It's 1st and goal with 18 seconds to go.
They dump it out right and complete it for a healthy gain. More importantly, however,
Again, that quick pass really working in favor of the Chicago Bears. And again, you kind of go, that previous play was a negative. And then they go to a 12-yard gain. Actually, closer to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Bears have timeouts, so into the middle of the field isn't the worst thing in the world, but he's going to get tackled just a yard short. Timeout with 12 seconds to go. The Vikings just are not making the adjustment here on the back end to cover these receivers any better. It seems like they're just open so frequently.
12 seconds on the game clock.
Half a yard. 1st down and goal. And again, the shift to the fullback. Stewart, he's going to get hit in the backfield, but he stays up, and there's a wide open receiver in the end zone. It's a touchdown. They finally get to him in the backfield with his hands on the ball, and he still finds a way to shed the tackler and find the man in the end zone for 6. Wow. 8 seconds remain, so Minnesota's not out of it. They get an okay return, or even just take a knee. Maybe a decent pass. Quick pass. Oof. The Chicago Bears team looks very good so far. And they've been doing that all day. That's not an anomaly. Every once in a while, well, actually pretty frequently in NFL primetime 2002, you see a team that like accidentally scores some points. Who was it that played Green Bay in the playoffs? They like had one big pass and that was it. The game was also very bad. Maybe should have cut that season short, or not worried about it. That's a non-canon season.
It's away.
So he'll put his boot into it, and they will take it from the goal line. This is a bad call, because he'll get it up to 20, 25, 30. Oh, he's got a bit of a lane. He's going to get tackled. That was a pretty good return. It took 6 seconds. You're going to get one shot at the end zone. Hopefully the game realizes that.
This is a huge drive.
Wow.
Chance to tie it up
I thought it was a mistake, but he actually gave him pretty good field position. It was going to be what I was going to talk about anyway, which would be take the knee, or take the touchback, start at the 20, find a pass up to the 40, and at least try to get something deep down the field. We'll see. Brooks drops back. He heaves it. He's going to find a receiver. He's behind the defense, but a shoestring tackle inside the 30 is going to do it. Minnesota needed just another second to be able to call that timeout, and they could have tried a game-tying field goal. Instead, a pretty fantastic game comes to a close with a 17-14 final score. The Chicago Bears, I don't know why that sounded so weird coming out of my mouth. The Chicago Bears defeat the Minnesota Vikings by 3, and they'll take a lead in the NFC North.
Thanks for joining us here on the ESPN
Here's your post-game wrap-up.
I'm Clark Dishman. The Bears come away with
no
a
rushing yards
over the Vikings.
Whew.
They now move to 1-0 on the year.
7 first downs, a couple of turnovers. Chicago lost the turnover battle and still won the game. 16 rushing yards. They performed so well through the air, so consistently through the air. Cordell Stewart here, your player of the game. 21 of 30, 245 yards, and threw the one touchdown there at the end to counter, or try to counter, 2 interceptions.
Scores, highlights, and insight. I'm Clark Dishman. We'll see you then.
All right. So there you have it. Game number 1 complete, and that is right about 50 minutes. So let's go ahead and pop a little save here just to make sure that we're good. I shouldn't have saved over it. Crap. Just in case anything went wrong, I should have created a new save file. That did screw me over last season. I acknowledge that. I don't know how many games it simulates outside of what I have checked. You know what I mean? Does it simulate just everything up to the one game that I played? Does it simulate all of them? Statistics? Oh, we can take a look at the team standings. Okay, everything's normal. I was so worried that I saw this incorrectly. But we're good. We're good. Phew. Okay. Alright, so let's look at the schedule here. Okay, perfect. It didn't even do... Okay, that's what I want. I don't want it to simulate past what I'm looking for. So, we will go to Tennessee to watch the Eagles take on the Super Bowl champion, defending Super Bowl champion, Philadelphia. Nope. The Tennessee Titans. I apologize.
If they're consistent, they could make the difference out there. They'll match up against a team with different weaknesses versus the Titans, who come in with a very strong running game.
Hope that's not copyright music, so I can't make money on this video. All 2 cents that I make. Gotta sing over the song, yeah. Because I don't know if it's a copyright.
Here at Tennessee Stadium. Dan Stevens here with Peter O'Keefe at my side. And Peter, tell us what you think about this match.
Game number 2. Eagles,
and these coaches
Titans.
are both your typical NFL variety guys, and I think we should see decent play calling and defensive
Is that Andy Reid?
From both of them. Jeff Fisher
is that Jeff Fisher? 2 mustachioed guys. Jeff Fisher, like, they kindly fired him so he wouldn't be the losingest coach in NFL history. He's the most 500 dude. He was like 189 and 189.
It's not going to run all over you, but it's going to keep coming and coming and coming.
We'll see how it works out, Peter. Let's
they highlighted the coaches? Okay. Is there no one else that you could have talked about?
Give us tails. They call tails. It is heads.
It is heads. All right, so we have 5-mile-an-hour winds.
Receive the opening kickoff, and they send a return unit onto
Philadelphia
the field.
Kicking the ball away to the Tennessee Titans. Game 2. We'll be heading to Houston for the inaugural game in Texas Stadium. Or whatever. I don't know what they call it in this game. Reliance Stadium, that's I think what it is. NRG, I think, is what it currently is. We never got a ticker update. It tried to give us one, but then the interception happened.
Well, let's see if they pull something aggressive out of their hats for the first play of this drive.
All right, so we have a quarterback number 11. Hopefully we get some lineups in this one. I do really like the intros. I like the post-game stuff and the halftime report. Ooh, Drew Bledsoe playing for the Tennessee Titans. He's going to find a wide-open receiver. It's a big play right off the bat, and they are immediately in Philadelphia territory. Muhammad Munson.
Football for a nice reception, right there. But
that's a fantastic grab.
No, sir, that's just the first act. Beautiful big yard play, a sterling effort all around.
Drew Bledsoe very highly rated in this game, I'm sure.
Have a first after the big pass on that last play.
Yeah.
Muhammad lines up wide right after racking up the yards last play.
A bit of a shift in the fullback. Drew Bledsoe with a short drop and fires a pass in between 2 defenders. Muhammad again, he's a hot target coming out of the gates here. Must have had a good preseason. Backed up and nice adjustment to the ball. The ball a little behind him, but snagged with the hands, and that'll ignore where that hitbox is.
I don't follow that.
It's very quickly 1st and 10 deep inside Philadelphia territory. 2 receptions, 51 yards already, and a long of 35. So 1st and 10 yet again for Tennessee from the 28-yard line. So they might be bringing some pressure off the edge. They elect not to. Bledsoe rolls out. Ooh, on the run. That was a dangerous throw over the middle of the field. We'll take a look at the starting offensive line.
First up, the offensive line.
Matt Burke powers up this line considerably, and that will give his quarterback more time.
Up now are the receivers.
Muhammad,
stands
Morton.
out as the best of the bunch. In his career, he's averaged 58 yards on 4 catches a game.
Last but not
And
least,
then the
we
quarterback
have
and
these
the
three
backs,
gentlemen.
Stephen Davis,
Sets the
Drew
tempo
Bledsoe,
in
I
this
believe,
During his
look for
career
the
as a back,
Bills
he's
in this game.
57
Corey
yards
Schlesinger.
on 13 carries a game.
Back to the field now.
I think people forget, like, Drew Bledsoe was, not only was he a good quarterback, he was the highest paid quarterback in the league at one point, and then they were, as this game reminded you, Patriots were the Cinderella story back when this game originally came out, and they stuck with the hot hand. So Bledsoe kind of bounced around a little bit. He made a Super Bowl appearance with the Patriots. So we are not going to see a penalty flag on that one. That looked like it should have been offensive or defensive pass interference. But he made a
Michael Strahan and his men
Super Bowl appearance with the Patriots against the Packers only, was it 5 years, 6 years prior? 97, so 5 years.
The man who brings the hurt here.
Finally, Peter, the secondary.
Aeneas Williams flies around the field and gets in receivers' faces.
Let's get back to the game.
So it must be like the opening drive is when you have the shot to get the offenses and the defenses, and once you get past that, it doesn't worry about it. So if you throw an interception and then you score really quickly, that's it. Bledsoe off play action, throws over the middle, finds another wide open receiver. This time it's maybe not wide open, but Joe Jaravicious coming up with a nice reception there, and that'll be a first down and goal. Bledsoe, play action, steps and throws in. I said wide open, they said threads the needle. It's kind of a weird play. We saw this with Aaron Brooks in that Minnesota offense a couple of times, where he threw it in a weird spot, or the routes were run weirdly. 2 receivers, 2 defenders, all kind of cluttering that area. That time he does find a nice reception, though, and it is first and goal from the 5.5. We'll go again with an offset I formation. Bledsoe's going to hand the ball off. He's going to go right up the middle. And boy, this Tennessee offense went through. Why is that the wrong color of green? What is happening in the end zone?
And watch this play unfold.
What? That was so weird.
Watch them take care of business. Oh, and I'll tell you what, he takes care of business throughout this.
I mean, they sliced through that Philadelphia defense.
Hockman will line up for the point after.
All right, Tennessee-Chicago Super Bowl. We've watched one game in 2 minutes of another one.
There's the kick.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. Best start you could have if you're an offensive unit. A touchdown in the first drive of the season. We'll get ready to kick this ball to the Philadelphia Eagles, where hopefully we will learn about the 6-play, 80-yard drive. Minute and 48 seconds. Learn about the Philadelphia offense and the Philadelphia defense. Of the 4 2K games that we looked at, 2K2 does not actually have any sort of like lineup showing, so we don't know any of the plays. We have to kind of guess. 2K4 and 2K5 have the style at the time, which was to bring the thing up in the bottom third and flip through that way. The problem is that the game itself takes the notification thing away if a play starts. So you need them to go to the line as slowly as possible and hopefully get through the quarterback, running back, and the wide receivers and tight end. Sorry to the offensive line, no disrespect to you, but those are the names that most of us are going to recognize. So Moss with a nice grab there up near the 40-yard line, and we have a fiery Philadelphia Eagles squad. Is that Tom Brady, by the way? Tom Brady playing for the Philadelphia Eagles? It is impossible to read that. I cannot read that. I can't think of another number 12. Chris Chandler would have been maybe in this era, but the only time I can think of him is when he went to the Super Bowl with the Falcons, but that would have been like 1998.
Anthony Thomas looks like a human bowling ball on this play.
So Thomas with a nice run off the right side. Pulls over the first man and gets tackled by the second, just short of the line to gain.
You know, it's plays like that that really gives the offense a shot in the arm. Second and less than a yard.
2nd and 1 here. Out near midfield.
Brady drops back.
Oh, it is Tom Brady. He's going to throw over the middle. Almost threw an interception there. That was a terrific jump on that route right there as we take a look at the offensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Edwin Mulatalo brings size and power to this line, and they are ready for battle.
Next up, the receiving core.
Alexander, Santana, Moss, okay. Roland Williams.
In his career,
Derek
he's
S.
averaged
Alexander.
57 yards on 3 catches a game.
Finally, here's the general.
There he
and
is,
his next
a
in
young
command.
Tom Brady with John
Tom
Ritchie
Brady is this trio.
and
It's
Anthony
bunch.
Thomas in the
During his career
backfield.
as quarterback,
A little
he's
baby
averaged
face Brady
167
complaining that the
yards
NFL is
and
too
around a
soft. Like,
touchdown a game.
he's not the
Okay,
reason
back
for
to
at
the
least
action.
3 of the rules that they currently use. Remember when you got your knee injured? Yeah, there's a rule because of that. To protect quarterbacks.
3rd and 1.
Like yourself. Aaron Rodgers, it's because of a softening of society. It's like, you were the whiniest football player on the field. What are you talking about? Anyway. Oh, wow, a terrific job by that defensive front that we're going to learn about right now to stop them on a 3rd and 1 and force a punt.
Norman Hand is who
Wow.
I'll be checking out from this group. He energizes this squad in a big way.
Next up are the linebackers.
Al Wilson pulls together
Not enough
all the
guys
loose
smiling.
ends and reads the quarterback's eyes like a book.
And lastly, the second.
Oh, there we go. There we
Bryant
go.
shadows his receiver
Let's go,
like he's
Bryant.
glued to him.
James, I see you
Now back
guys
to the game.
happy that you're playing football. Not miserable. Oh, you paid millions of dollars a year. Oh, I have a hard life.
Miller comes in and will punt it away.
So it looked like Philadelphia was going to be able to match this Tennessee
There's
offense.
the punt.
But a couple of good stops there as this one will bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Don't you touch it, Tennessee.
Dugan's downs the punt.
He thought about it. He was like, I could get it. And I was like, don't you dare.
Machine Muhammad was the contributor for his team
Machine?
last drive. Let's see what he does this
The
time
Machine Muhammad? Oh,
Ball at the 20-yard line.
let's go. He's just out there just catching every pass.
They line up with their tight end.
So first down and
Bryant.
10 from the 20-yard line. Tennessee with an explosive first drive. We'll see if they can continue that. And so far, they're off to a good start. 2nd and 1 after another grab by Muhammad. That one goes for 8.5.
for this next one.
And, oh boy. Oh boy. I'd imagine Drew Bledsoe fairly highly
2nd and
rated.
1.
3 receptions, 60 yards already. He has 25 yards after the catch. 2nd and 1 from the offset eye. Ooh, they're going to go with an audible. It looked like Philadelphia was going to send the house. But instead, Tennessee changes things up. Bledsoe. And they're going to go to the run to the right side. Ooh, and stopped about a half yard short of the line to gain. 3rd down and 1 coming up.
Like he wanted it to when he stopped.
I think in that scenario, I would personally pass the ball. Philadelphia showed pressure, and they brought it. Only one receiver on the field for the Tennessee Titans. He's down behind my head. They're going to go with a run, and he is going nowhere. He actually is going to lose about 1.5 yards. It'll be 4th and 2 as the first quarter comes to a close. So a nice defensive adjustment by the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't love either of those play calls. I would have liked to see maybe a quick pass. You've been so effective through the air, especially to Muhammad. Try to get him involved and have him help you continue that drive. It's been all Tennessee here in the first quarter. 7-0, 3 first downs, 83 yards through the air, 4 yards on the ground. They held the ball for most of that first quarter, but they are punting it away here to start the second on a 4th and 2.
Tupa will punt it away after a 3-and-out.
Excellent camera work there. We have the best camera operators in the game.
It's away.
Punt is a sky-high boomer. Back to the 35.
Will make the tackle on the
Look at a pretty nice return, about 12 yards, maybe 13. And they'll start near the midfield logo.
Well, this game could go either way,
Brady
man,
brings
and that's
his
what makes this drive
group back
critical.
out.
They'd love to put some points on the board right here.
Ball on the 47.
Brady drops back, throws into some coverage. It's a tough catch, but it's a nice catch made by Alexander. Defense was all over that one.
Snag the ball after the tip. Ooh, it's all about reflexes. Great catch.
Yeah, a great bank shot, too. Looked like something from the NBA.
Thought number 25 was in pretty good position there to deflect that pass, but instead it goes for a pretty nice gain, and just like that, Philadelphia in Tennessee territory with a first down and 10. Brady with a quick drop. He throws over to that same side of the field again, and again another nice catch made by Alexander on the outside.
He sends a telegram to his man.
Just
for
a
the
really
completion.
quick pass. 1, 2, 3.
There's the throw.
Ball is out again. Defense in pretty good position, but doesn't have his head turned to try and make a play on that ball. Maybe a little inside. Jump a touch early. And it's 1st and 10. Philadelphia feeling like it made a good a good defensive adjustment, and now it's making some good offensive adjustments. Trust it through the air. Both defensive lines have done a good job mitigating the running game. Brady, deep drop on that one, gets it out of his hands. Same side of the field yet again, and I believe it's Alexander a third time. He'll pick up another big gain, and again, 1st and 10.
Tom Brady rolled the dice there with a pass into double coverage. But he got it in there. Great throw.
That's the kind of decision that does not foster good quarterback-coach relations.
Absolutely. The coach has to be happy with the result, though, once he started breathing regularly.
Ball at the 12-yard
So in the red zone at the 12-yard line, 3 receptions, 41 yards. I believe all of those receptions coming on this drive. Going with a handoff, he'll make the first guy kind of miss, but that slows him up enough for the cavalry to get there, and he'll get knocked down after a small gain. 2nd and 9.
It's 2nd and 9.
Pitch to the outside, makes a nice little move there to avoid the downed defensive lineman, but can't find a whole lot else, and Thomas will gain just another yard. 3rd down and 8. Interesting decision here by Philadelphia to start running the ball when they've been so successful to Alexander. Under center with split backs. Bledsoe drops back. He throws, and it's deflected nicely at the goal line. So it'll be 4th and 8, and the Philadelphia Eagles are going to have to settle for a field goal try. Tennessee defense finally, they finally were able to take advantage of not getting burned by the passing game. Philadelphia kind of played into their hand. They stopped the run, but they have not been able to stop the pass. There's no reason for Philadelphia to adjust what they're doing offensively until Tennessee goes, okay, we're going to adjust. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So Philadelphia put some points on the board, though not the points you're really looking for, especially when you got off to such a hot start on those drives. And you can see that the same problem persisted with both those drives. It was a 3rd and 1, or a 2nd and 1 and a 3rd and 1 that they couldn't get that yard, and then they get stuffed in the run game, and all they have to do is block one pass. They take 2.5 minutes off the game clock, 7 plays, they go 44 yards, and it ends with 3 points. 3. Booming kick, and that's what a kickoff is. 5 yards deep at the end zone, he'll bring it out to the 10. To the 15, he'll make the first guy miss, and 27-yard return is going to get him to the 23-yard line.
They allowed a field goal on defense. Now it's their turn to deliver.
Philadelphia
on
did a
offense.
nice job
Let's see
making
what
some
they do.
adjustments to stifle this
Ball on the 23.
Tennessee offense. Let's see what they can do this time around. Can Tennessee make some adjustments? They've been good through the air so far. We're going to go with a run game. He finds a little bit of room. That's a really nice run of, okay, abrupt cut because it was a 2-minute warning.
Needed assistance there with a monster of a block. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. After that,
Oh,
block,
yeah.
a lot less crowded for him.
Absolutely, Dan. You know, sometimes the difference between 2 and 20 yards is just one guy on defense.
That's a really nice run all the way up to the 35-yard line, 12-yard rush.
Ball at the 35-yard
And
line.
that's the best run we've seen, I think, from either team today. Drew Bledsoe, he'll go to the air, finds a receiver in between a couple of defenders. That was a dangerous pass. That was a Philadelphia Eagle in the area. Thought was going to get a hand on that, maybe pick it off. But instead, it's threaded and
Watch this. Oh, great
Wow.
catch.
Yeah, and
finds the
very, very
completion.
tough to do in
And
double
another
coverage like
15-yard gain or
Two
so is
guys
going to get
flipping a coin
Tennessee
to see who's going to cream you. Terrific job by the receiver.
up near the 50 or so.
Ball on the 48.
And they'll call it, actually, they'll say the 48. So a 12-yard gain and a 13-yard gain. Gets him on the logo. Bledsoe hands it off right up the middle. Ooh, making a couple men miss. Stumbling, bumbling, and rumbling inside the 30. Down to the 28-yard line or so. Another time where a big play gets kind of ruined by somebody just stepping out of bounds.
And Davis
It's
gets
a
away with one there
monster
as the defense
run right
failed
there.
to just step up and make the play, Dan. Oh, you call that a tackle, please?
Slip
The
that
mascot
tackle.
gets harder than that, huh?
Yeah, come on. A little bit more than a half-hearted effort if you want to stop this guy.
Okay, we don't get to see the rest of this cool run, but all right. That was like the least interesting tackle that he broke.
The Titans, with a nice run on the last play, will have another first down. Two wide receivers on the field.
So first down and 10 from the 27-yard line. Drew Bledsoe drops back and throws the ball. He'll pick up 7 down to about the 25-yard line or so.
And talk about that run. That was a heck of a play.
That's for sure, Dan. Stephen Davis finds holes well and exploits defenders like a natural. Past few years, he's averaged about 4 yards per carry, gained over 1,500 yards in rushing and receiving each season.
Just 1:41 remaining.
Bledsoe with a draw play there, and that'll go nowhere. They'll lose about half a yard on that.
Stop there, bottling
That's
up the
not
lead.
what you're looking
Now comes
for
down
if
to
you're trying to pick up a first down. So third down and 3. Running game's been
Third and about 3.
successful on this drive.
They line up with 2 tight ends.
Shifting to fullback. They're going to go with a run, and he gets met in the backfield and slowed down.
Line of scrimmage.
Come in to polish him off, and that's going to force a 4th and 3.
Nice job by the D to
I'm going to guess Philadelphia took a
Force a
timeout there,
fourth
but
down.
not 100%
Great
sure.
execution.
I don't know if there's a great way to look at who has
Just
what
1 minute,
timeouts
11
left.
seconds remaining. It'll be a 37-yard.
Both teams have an a drive that kind of stalls out in the same way. There's a pass play that can't get it and 2 runs that get stuffed. The kick is up and the kick is good. So Tennessee regains the 7-point lead and a minute and 8 seconds remain here in the second quarter.
Owen Bachman sends it whistling between the uprights for 3 points. Oh, nothing wrong with
God, this
that.
game is so much better than NFL primetime.
As if it had been half the
It's a good identification by
Twice the distance. This guy
visual
is
concepts
great.
or whoever made the
Titans' lead
call
is
to be
now
like, hey,
stretched, but still
we,
within a single possession. The score 10-3.
we think that adding ESPN as a partner would help elevate what we're already building. It's a good identification because it does have some good, like, I mean, obviously it's the theme and stuff really helps make NFL primetime I guess not total waste of time, I guess. but they implement it so much better here in this game.
Well, this is a
And the way that
great
they
opportunity to bring this
perfect
game
that through
closer
the
before
other
halftime.
two
Just
iterations
to
of
make
it before
something happen here.
EA took the
Ball at the
exclusivity.
24-yard line.
Whew, something special. Something special that I don't think Madden ever got close to replicating. They used the ESPN license not too long after. Oh, I thought that was going to be an interception. That was a dangerous pass. Go to his favorite target, Alexander, but
Just a little to the left.
probably should not be going to Alexander when he is tightly double covered.
1 minute on the game clock.
That was actually the most interesting thing about looking at MLB 2K5 and the World Series edition of that game was how quickly they scrubbed the ESPN stuff. Tom Brady with a weird-looking drop back there. Throws it over the middle. It would have only been about a 5-yard gain. It would have kept the clock moving. Instead, Santana Moss drops it. It's 3rd down and 10. And they're in danger of punting this ball back without taking any time really off this clock.
4 wide receivers on the field. Brady drops back.
Brady drops back. He fires. It's incomplete. Wow. That is shocking. That is surprising. They've had so much success going against Alexander, or going to Alexander. Surprised he wasn't able to come up with either of the pass attempts that he had on that drive. Yeah, but they very quickly turned it into 2K Sports,
Good punt here.
which was interesting to look at. So he'll return it from the 35 up to the 44-yard line in Tennessee with an opportunity to pick up a few more points before we go to half. This has been an interesting game.
For the second half.
Both teams have been pretty good so far, and that's what I'm hoping for. And I'm hoping for clock management that means that like some of the deficits that we see in like NFL Fever or NFL Primetime aren't like, that's the end of the game, because they're not going to be able to come up with 10 points. Ooh, kind of hurdles and stiff arms a man, and they'll take a timeout for some good clock management there.
That's their second.
Stephen Davis made a tremendous run here. Just look at all the yards he's picking up. No one is going to stop
I think
him.
Tennessee might have taken a timeout before that.
That's for sure. Fantastic job
Before that field goal
finding
attempt?
the open lanes. Ball at the 43-yard line.
So 1st and 10.
Bledsoe.
Bledsoe drops back in Philadelphia territory. He spins into the pressure, and he'll take a big loss. 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 17. We'll see if Tennessee does a whole lot here. They should still be more aggressive. They can't obviously take that last time out in this situation. It's a bad roll to his left, though.
He'll take him on, whoever it is.
Yeah, you can't coach drive like that.
It's 2nd and about 17.
1 sack today for Mike Rucker. 16 seconds and counting here on a 2nd and 17. Might have been a good opportunity for Philadelphia to take a timeout. Now you're going to snap it with 10 seconds to go. Deep out. He gets past the band. He's inside the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, 5. He's going to go all the way for the touchdown at the end of the half. Joe Jaravicious. What? Right at the end of the half, plays have been exciting. We saw Chicago execute a nice play when the clock was moving, and you go, are you going to call a timeout? And they score a touchdown. And you're like, whoa, that was cool. And we get it again here in this game. Tennessee going to take a 17-3 lead heading into half. And they had the one timeout in their back pocket, so they still could have taken a 13-3 lead. But an excellent job there to get away from the defenders and get all the way to the end zone.
They are now up 17-3. Hockman lines up, signals, and we're ready for the kickoff. This will
Kick is
send them
away.
very deep. Homer fields it in the end zone.
Okay, so that ran the last second off the clock. He'll take the knee, probably pretty smartly, and we will head to halftime. 17-3, Tennessee all over the Philadelphia Eagles.
In the ESPN studios for a halftime update.
Welcome to the ESPN Halftime Update. Now let's take a look at how the
205
Titans
total
break
yards,
down in the first
153
half.
through the air
Titans
for the
come
Tennessee
into halftime
Titans.
congratulating
7
their
first
defense
downs, no
for shutting
turnovers for
down the
either
run.
team. The
Impressive
Philadelphia
so far,
Eagles,
and a
63
safe bet to
total
be
yards.
impressive in the second
And
half.
both of their drives, it looks like they're going
Joe
to make a
Jurevicius
really
has
nice
grabbed balls
run
for a total of
at
73
responding
yards
to
and
whatever
one
Tennessee
touchdown.
has done,
That
but
makes
instead
him
they've come
our
up
ESPN
short
hot at the
on
half
their
player.
drives.
That's
Hot at the
all
half
for now.
is
I'm
Joe
Clark Eastman,
Jurevicius,
reminding you to
73
tune
yards,
into
45
ESPN's
after the catch.
postgame show at
He has a
the
long
conclusion
of
of the
50
game.
on a
Let's
couple
get
of
you back to
receptions.
Dan
No
Peter.
fumbles. And Joe Jurevicius, I believe, with that 50-yard that 50-yard pass was after, or there was the final play before the halftime. So, Tennessee will kick to Philadelphia again. It's like we were just here, deja vu.
And will kick off to begin the second half. Good kick.
That kick is away. And it is a few yards shorter this time. He'll get up to the 20. Maybe the 25, slips a tackle, and he'll get knocked down at the 32-yard line. Nice run back there. About a 37-yard return or so.
They're down a bit, but they have plenty of time to work with. Okay, that being said,
See what
they
this
would love to
Philadelphia
put the
Eagles
points on the
offense
board
can
on
do.
this
See if
drive.
they can put one in the end
Keep it
zone
getting
here.
away from 'em.
Ball
Be a
on the
big
31.
boost. What they can't do is come away empty-handed and then give up points on the other side. Pitch outside. He's going to be dropped for a big loss of 4.
Developing and stops it behind the line.
That play's momentum was deep sixth by the defense's reaction to the outside. You can't coach field smarts like that.
Ball at the 27-yard line.
So 2nd and 14 following the pitch play loss. Bledsoe drops and a quick pass over the middle. Picks up 10 and sets him up with a 3rd and very manageable. Goes back to number 82. I believe that is Alexander. It is indeed. If I just waited 2 seconds for him to turn around. Nice find to Alexander.
3rd and 4.
And we'll see if he wants to go to him again. 4 receptions, 51 yards. He's averaging a first down a catch.
I formation. Moss
3rd and 4. They're moving Santana Moss in toward the line.
sits in the pocket.
Short pass over the middle. He's contacted right as the ball got there. Excellent defensive play there. He just can't hold on to the ball. Don't know that it would have gotten the first down there. Might have been tackled, depending on where that ball was, left hand, right hand. Might have been stopped short, but we'll never know because he didn't catch the ball. So a terrific defensive effort for Tennessee coming out of this, coming out of the break. Now let's see if they can start hammering some nails into this coffin on the offensive side. Returned from the 22. He gets up the right sideline, the far sideline. He'll get that up near the 40, so a very nice punt return. And this Tennessee Titans team feels like it is starting to fire on all cylinders.
Straight down the field for a touchdown. Let's see if they can repeat that performance.
Ball on the 39.
We can even do our own overreaction Monday. Chicago's going to go undefeated. Pitch to the running back there, Davis. Buries or bullies over a man. Wow, he just did not get touched after he knocked that man over. Again, steps out of bounds, avoids the big hit, and it's a huge run off the edge.
Terrific play. I love
See
this
him
one coming up.
turn out here. Nice block there by number 71.
Sea parted when he busted through.
Well, sometimes
Number
the
93
physical way
in
is the
pursuit.
smart way.
Sometimes
He
that's
just
the
took
only
an
way to get
extra
big yards like
step
this.
to his left and steps out of bounds. They will keep the clock moving, which I find interesting.
The Titans have a first after the big run on that last play. Bledsoe drops back.
Bledsoe drops and throws, finds his receiver, and he'll get out of bounds at the 23 and a half. I'll call it the 24-yard line.
One right side and complete it for some really nice yards. Pass the marker and they'll get a new set of downs.
Ball at the 24-yard line.
8 of 10 for Drew Bledsoe. 167 yards through the air and 1 touchdown pass so far today. It's 1st and 10. They'll go to Davis. They'll make the first man miss, but the second guy was there to take him out at the legs. It's a hard tackle and a gain of 1.
It's 2nd and 9.
Take it down to nowhere, baby. Yeah.
Morton in motion.
So 2nd down and 9 following the 1-yard gain. Work with a little bit of motion, single back set. They'll go right up the middle. They were trying the draw play, but Philadelphia all over it, and a 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 11.
Great job by the defense on 2nd down. Well, they're going to need more than a half-hearted arm tackle to put him down.
11 carries, 74 yards, and 54 after a hit. 3rd down and 11. Bledsoe drops back, throws right, and it's incomplete. Not really sure what happened there. It looked like he was going to be able to thread that needle. But the receiver does not come up with a completion. That will bring up 4th down and 11 and a field goal attempt. That's a big stop for Philadelphia.
Hockman lines up for the field goal.
2 runs that don't really work in an incomplete pass, and they'll be down 2 touchdowns. Or they'll be down 17, excuse me.
It's up.
Field goal is up, field goal is good.
The field goal.
A field goal, if Philadelphia can get into field goal range and come away with 3 points, it's still a valuable 3, whereas if they give up the touchdown, they're down 21.
Just as that one did. The Titans
Instead, just a 17-point deficit here with 1:28 to go in the 3rd. It's been a dominant Titans performance. Now members of the AFC South, the new expansion, Houston Texans. We'll see a couple of we'll see 2 NFC North, 2 AFC South, 2 NFC East teams today. That'll be returned from the 3-yard line up to the 20. The 25 slithers through and finds his way up past the 30 to the 33-yard line. And that is where they will set up 1st down and 10.
They got the ball. Let's see if they can take care of business.
Ball on the 33.
This is our turn, baby. Let's see how we play.
They line up with 2 wideouts. Brady cuts back.
Brady, they're going to have to start getting into pass-only mode, but that's where they're actually fairly efficient. He spins out of the tackle down inside the 23. Titans in pursuit. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for Alexander. I'm surprised they're not trying to hit him more frequently. Like every play, he was wide open on that one. Not sure what happened. Maybe a zone defense there for the Titans. It's a terrific missed tackle, or a terrific effort to get out of the tackle with a spin move. And got up the field for a terrific gain.
In my opinion, he really racked up the yards.
He sure did. What a player.
That's a huge play. That's what Philadelphia needs. They need a touchdown here, cut this lead down to 10. And they need a quick score.
The Eagles, after the big pass,
Alexander averaging now 20.5 yards and a long of 52 on the day.
Alexander will line up wide left after the nice pickup last play.
See if Brady looks his way again.
Brady aids back.
He said he's going to go over the middle. A nice one-handed grab there.
7-yard pickup on the play.
Oh, hey, it's Alexander yet again. All right, well, I mixed up where I was looking on the field. I thought he was on the bottom part of the screen. He was on the top side because he was on Brady's left. So when he came over the middle, I thought that was a different guy. No reason to think that it was a different guy because Alexander's been the most effective receiver on this field. Thomas on the outside. Nice run, and that is the quick score Philadelphia needs to get back in this game.
Thomas takes the football in for the big TD.
There it is. Touchdown. And there's the score right there. Beautiful.
So this does shift the pressure back over to the Tennessee Titans, who now need to try and put this game away. 18 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter.
It's away.
point up and good. So 20-10 now.
The Eagles take advantage of an important drive, but they still need more. They trail 20-10.
Replay 67-yard drive, 1 minute and 2 seconds off the clock. Really nice run play. Pretty terrific. Really nice run play for the touchdown. A nice little grab over the middle by Alexander, but obviously the huge play for Alexander up the sideline. The first and third plays of that drive are the plays that you need to get back in this game. Just big chunks.
Last time they walked away with only 3 points, Dan. You know that
See what
this
this
time
Bledsoe-led Titans offense can do here.
Ball on the 16.
First down and 10.
Grass greener here? I think it is. That was right.
Bledsoe drops back. He fires, but an errant throw there. Not really sure who he was going for. He seemed to split his receivers the way you would want to see him split the defenders with that ball. Too far behind one guy, too far in front of the other guy. It brings up second down and 10. The Titans' worst possibility right here would be a 3 and out that barely gets over before the quarter is done. Oh no, that's not what you're looking for. Another quick pass that's dropped to 4 seconds left in the third quarter as this quarter is just clinging to life here.
Third and 10.
Some interesting audio design there. With the Let's Go Titans clearly coming out of my left and then right here. Okay, there's the completion you need. That could not have been an incompletion right there because he would have dropped that. There still would have been 1 second left on the clock. And they're punting the ball, and the Titans take over with the start of at the start of the fourth quarter. Still 178 yards through the air, 252 altogether. Most of those Philadelphia Eagles yards coming on that previous drive. But they have made this game interesting at 20-10.
Ball at the 28-yard line.
Muhammad, 4 receptions with 71 yards on the day. There we go, Davis off the right side. Finds a little bit of room, and they'll give him a gain of 2.
It may not look like much, Dan, but getting those early yards makes second and third downs immensely easier.
I don't know how it makes second and 8 immensely easier, but I'm just going to have to trust you there, Mr. Professional Commentator. Not some guy talking about this game 20 years after it came out.
Ball on the 30.
So second and 8 following the 2-yard gain. They're going to use a little bit of motion. Change the offset I into an I formation. There's a little more room off the left side that time, but the run for 3 keeps that clock winding. And it's a pretty manageable 3rd and 5.
It's 3rd and 5. Muhammad in motion.
So 3rd down and 5. They're going to move Muhammad in motion. I think you still run the ball here, and that's what they're going to do. They'll go right up the middle. They'll take the no gain. They'll just gain a yard, but they'll take more. So they'll take the extra 40 seconds they get to wind off this clock. Now, I don't know if they're winding it all the way down, inside, down to like 3 or 2 seconds, but there is at least some form, it seems, of clock management here, trying to give Philadelphia as little time as possible. The problem is I think you need to be a little bit more aggressive. I like the run play there, but at the same time, I also kind of go like, do you need to try and pass it? Do you need to try and pick up the first down through the air? You have Muhammad on your team. He's been excellent all day. Philadelphia just scored very quickly. If they score quickly again, can you get back into a rhythm to try and ice this game? So they do wait until the final second of the play clock, which is very nice. That's an improvement from the game that we used for Season 5. And he'll fall forward at the 37-yard line. First down and 10. 2:42 to go here in the fourth quarter. Eagles are going to need a quick drive. Now, I'm not opposed to getting into field goal range and kicking a field goal.
Ball at the 37-yard line.
Kind of a weird tactic. It probably wouldn't work, but if you can get into field goal range real early, Brady rears back and fires. He finds a receiver. I'm going to guess it's Alexander again. We're actually not going to know because they're going to work with the tempo offense. 8 for 14, 141 yards for Tom Brady. As they run 7 seconds off, they go right back to the same side of the field. It's picked, and he's going to get drilled by the offensive lineman. I saw that in one of the games that we watched. I think it was in 2K2. They ran a little bit of this hurry-up offense, and I think the game wants to go to kind of that same play, same spot sort of thing. I want to say it was the Packers did it, and they threw an interception. Man, that is a brutal interception.
Ball at the 41-yard line.
Ball's on the Philadelphia 41. Gonna go with a run, and he could not get taken down in the backfield. That should have been a 5-yard loss. Instead, it's a massive gain all the way down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. Whew. I can't believe they did not wrap him up in the backfield.
What a nice stop.
What?
Took him out of the play altogether.
Yeah, he took him so far out of the play, he might need to petition the league to get back in.
Nice one.
What? I don't understand. What was that commentary? That didn't make any sense.
We've reached the 2-minute warning.
So we hit the 2-minute warning. It's first down and goal. So they go from an interception to that back-breaking run, and this has been game 2 of ESPN NFL 2K3, week number 1. Gonna roll along here. We're going to Houston.
First down. One man back. Davis with the carry.
Davis up the middle. He'll find the end zone. 26-10 now. Extra point pending.
Davis scores. We've got to see that one again. Just a great move, Dan. He sees the coverage, is low down, so he just leaps right over it.
Yeah, the tackler was caught totally off guard. He never expected him to hurdle over him like that.
Anytime you look up and the guy you're supposed to block is sailing above you, blocking out the sun, you're blowing your coverage.
Hockman lines up for the point after. There's the kick. The extra point is good. The Titans now have a comfortable lead in this one. The score, 27-10.
OBS doesn't typically use this much of the CPU. I don't know what changed between when I restart, like turn the computer off and turn the computer back on to run this. Like it's a PS2 game. Nice run back out near the 30-yard line. First and 10 for Philadelphia, who threw just a horrendous interception last time out. I think that does indeed mean that this game is over.
Ball on the 29. They have 3 receivers in. Brady fades back.
All right, Brady throws it, and that's a big play down the left sideline. That time it's going to go to Moss instead of Alexander, who's been the primary target for Tom Brady.
Santana Moss has a bit of trouble with this pass, but he gets the job done. Right there. See how he turns around to make the grab? He barely misses a step.
Well, a throw like that.
Pretty solid commentary.
He takes it in stride.
Not even commentating or complimenting myself, but pretty good commentary by this crew here. This game has it. This game gets it. Santana Moss, 2 receptions, 43 yards. And that sets the Philadelphia Eagles up inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. Brady with a quick drop. Stutters, steps a little bit. I don't know what that little shake is. Looks like they'll take a timeout, down 17.
Nice completion here. Take a look. There's the throw right in between the numbers.
He had him lined up just right, and they connected for a decent gain. A minute and 40 seconds on the game clock. They have their tight end to the left. Brady fades back. Throws.
Brady with a nice find there. He'll get tackled inside the 15 as
First catch of the day.
they'll use another timeout.
Will take a timeout. That's their second.
They toss this one out left and complete it for a healthy gain. More importantly, however,
Okay,
they
so some
moved the
form
chains.
of clock
Nice play.
management here, even though they're down 17. It's not my favorite, like, they're down, you know, they're kind of out of this game. They shouldn't be using the timeouts, but we do get a glimpse that there is some form of, like, oh, God, that is not the play you want right there, and they will burn their final timeout on a 2-yard gain. Yuck.
Drop it off over the middle and get the completion, but there wasn't much room past the line of scrimmage on that one.
2nd and 8. Brady fades back.
Brady drops back, throws, and finds a completion into the end zone. It's a nice leap, or a nice dive and diving effort by Williams there to pick up 6. And boy, you wonder where we'd be if Brady had not thrown that interception that led to the touchdown. Would that have been a touchdown to tie it? Would that have been a touchdown to take the lead? We'll never know. Tom Brady is a terrible quarterback. Snap, hold, good. Kick up and good. 27-17 here. I expect Philadelphia would be very competitive throughout this season. They are the lone team in the NFC East who has not made the playoffs just yet. And that could change this season. I know they're down by 10, but their offense looks fairly good if they can maybe get the running game going a little bit more. But we'll see what Dallas has in store as they are the next team up, facing the Houston Texans.
It's away. It's at midfield. The Titans.
So that should do it. Tennessee hopefully will be able to, like, kneel it out or something.
This drive will wrap it up for them. Well in control of this game, Dan. They just need to pound it out and take time off the clock.
Ball at the 38-yard line.
And with Philadelphia not having any timeouts, we'll just see a couple of kneel downs. Tennessee uses a high-powered, potency, good offense. That's what I get for trying to use smart words. Actually, only have to deal it one more time.
Ball on the 40. 2 tight ends on the field. He'll take a knee, and the clock will wind down.
And that'll do it. So we're still on the same timeline for the as the previous timeline. Fever 2004 is just pushed back 20 weeks, I guess. But we will hope, I guess, that the new Madden will have some feature where you could do a random rosters with the current day NFL. I think that would be really interesting. I'm not going to hold my breath. I have zero hope that it's going to happen, but you never know. Tennessee 27, Philadelphia 17. I don't think you've been able to watch a CPU versus CPU game in franchise mode since they moved it to HD.
Thanks for spending
So
time with us. Up next, the
Yeah.
ESPN post-game wrap-up.
So far, a couple of good games. We'll take a look at the ESPN wrap-up. 295 yards for the Tennessee Titans. One of the more balanced effort that we've seen, or the most balanced effort. 178 yards through the air, 117 on the ground, 11 first downs as they racked up 27 points. That turnover was an absolute killer. Stephen Davis had 100 yards after the first hit, no fumbles, 2 touchdowns on 16 carries with 121 yards to his name. So Stephen Davis,
I'm Clark Dishman. We'll see
the
you
player, your player of the game. I think you can make it a valid case that, I mean, they kind of scored a touchdown in garbage time, but whatever. I think you can make the case for Alexander, I believe, for the Philadelphia Eagles. He was very good all game long. But obviously, Stephen Davis, he gets your player of the game. So we will advance over to the Sunday night game in Houston. I think all I have to do is just press start, but whatever. Whatever. Oh, you gotta push start. My bad. So we'll see what the Houston Texans have to offer. They're the team that I'm most excited about because they're obviously the newest team.
We should see a very stingy secondary.
Holy moly. They're overall 26th with really good offense, or really good defense, I guess.
The Texans who come in with a dominating secondary. They possess the ability to
playoff appearance is 0. Yeah, no duh.
And completely disrupt offensive coordinators' game
but
plan.
yeah, trying to get the Texans into the the idea to try and balance it out and just kind of see who can win a championship. We already have a new Super Bowl champion in the Tennessee Titans, so that's good news.
Stevens with Peter O'Keefe. Glad to have you with us. Peter, let's go over your picks for today.
Dan, right here, we see two
Darren
guys that will
Sharper,
try to get the
Ike
better of each
Hilliard.
other. Darren Sharper comes in, shutting down his side of the secondary. Don't make a mistake in his direction because he'll punish you.
1.3, so that'll
him,
get that taken care of, and we are set for Game 3.
He's a capable receiver with good hands and can get the job done. Listen to this. In his career, he's averaged 51 yards on 3 catches a game.
Peter, thanks. It's time now for the coin toss.
This is the third time we've done the 2002-2003 season, Madden 2003, NFL Fever 2003, now NFL 2K3. This has been our final inaugural, or the opening week matchup every single time. Dallas taking on the Houston Texans. Do I know who won the first couple? No, I don't at all. Should have looked that up. I should do more prep work for my own shows. But also, this was supposed to be 20 weeks later, so who knows? Who could know?
It's off.
So that kick is away, and they will return it from right around the goal line. Up to the 10, to the 20, and they'll slide their way up near the 26-yard line. We'll take a look at this Dallas Cowboys offense as they come out onto the field for the first time this season.
Their turn on offense. Let's see what
Number
they do.
10, is that a Chad Pennington, perhaps?
Ball on the 26. High formation. Pennington drops back.
Pennington drops, and he throws an interception immediately. Wow, okay. So they highlighted Darren Sharper in the pregame, and he makes his presence felt immediately by picking off Chad Pennington.
Let's look at this again and check out the interception. This is great defense.
That's just an awful throw. I do like the guy in the background, number 27, jumping. You could hear him, like, his effort noise in the background, like in slow motion. All right, so number 16 here.
Ball at the 35-yard line.
Also, the Houston Texans didn't have any photos for, like, football, so they just showed the draft pick, which is pretty funny. Throw and a nice completion inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Chamberlain coming up with a big play. And we might not get to see the Dallas offense or the Houston defense because they threw the interception immediately.
fires it out for the completion.
Yeah, they are in sync. They're able to depend on each other as the play unfolds.
Well, they actually
Springs
look
coming
like
in the
Backstreet Boys to me.
I don't follow that.
coming in the frame there at the very end. So a better start for the Houston offense, though it's hard to be a worse start for the Houston offense. We'll go with a pitch this time around the outside. Bolts over the first man and gets shoved out of bounds, or angled out of bounds, I should say, after picking up first down yardage. So good look for this Houston Texans offense.
Watch this. Oh, excuse me. A polite little tap puts that defender promptly in his place.
Well, Peter, I guess when finesse fails you, it's good to have a backup plan. Ball at the 13-yard line.
Split backs and one receiver on either side of the formation. As the Texans have a 1st and 10 from the 13, they'll go with the running game again. He'll be met at the line of scrimmage. They'll give him slight forward progress up about half a yard. So 2nd down and 9. Jonathan Ogden, that's a name I recognize.
Protecting his quarterback at any cost.
Next up are the receivers.
Lavernius Coles, Tim Dwight,
Aerial theatrics.
Brian
In his career,
Chamberlain.
he's averaged 42 yards on 2
Chamberlain?
catches a game.
Chamberlain? Why does it look like a typo? Oh, Vinny Testaverde. Okay.
Puts on a good show with these
Vinny
other two.
Testaverde with Tyrone
His
Wheatley
quarterback, he's averaged
in the
206
backfield.
yards
I was trying to
and
figure
over
out number
a touchdown
16. I was
a
stuck with
Back to the field now.
Jake Plummer, and I had a feeling that there should have been somebody else that I thought. So we have 2 New York Jets quarterbacks, or quarterbacks that I know for playing for the New York Jets. Vinny Testaverde, and I believe Chad Pennington's on the other side. So that's interesting. We'll see if we get a look at this Dallas offense and the Houston defense next time they're out, but I do wonder if the game is like, well, that was your chance. Maybe don't throw an interception on the first play of the game.
Wheatley again gets it.
It's definitely better than nothing.
Lynch makes the tackle.
It actually might be the
Let's
best.
go over the starting
Oh, there's the
players for the Cowboys.
Oh, defensive
We'll
line.
start off
Gilbert
with the
Brown.
D-line.
How could you?
Michael
A
Sinclair
Packer?
deserves our full attention.
No.
Dan. He and his squad need to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback today.
That's followed by the linebacker.
Oh my goodness, there's so many Packers on this defense for the Cowboys.
Finally, Peter.
Disgusting.
Sean Springs laces up.
Oh
and
wow,
down
Sean
the
Springs,
field
John
and
Lynch.
stays in
That's a
hot
pretty
pursuit,
good
baby.
secondary there.
Let's get back to the game.
I thought that would be Sean Springs. He, I believe, wore 24 for the Seahawks. I'm pretty sure, and then wore 25. So it threw me for a little bit of a loop, but Sean Springs there in the secondary again, breaking my heart.
They're going with 2 tight ends.
3rd down and 2. They'll go with a pitch out to the left side, and a play that I thought might get blown up in the backfield goes for 6. Touchdown Texans. The first touchdown in their franchise's history goes to Wheatley there.
Well, it's always great when you can just run it in like that and avoid a goal line stand. Lindell lines up for the point after.
Ref running towards the camera.
It's away. The extra point. Good.
So 2:47 to go here in quarter number 1. Houston now leading Dallas following the turnover. That opening drive goes 5 plays, 35 yards, and a time of 2:02.
Lindell sets up and will kick it away. Nice kickoff. Henry.
He'll be returned from about 2 yards deep. He'll take it up to the 10, past the 20, and he'll get hit at the 25. I actually thought that was a fumble for whatever reason. It didn't say anything about fumble, but just the way that kind of lurched forward was a little odd looking.
Worked out the kinks here.
But it will be 1st down and 10. Ball on the Dallas 26-yard line, and we'll see what this offense can do here on their 2nd attempt.
Pennington
Pennington does drop back. He fires, and that looked like another errant throw from him. Maybe a turn around and hand the ball off. Just a suggestion. You don't have to take it, but...
Ball at the 26-yard line. Single back formation. Pennington fades back.
Pennington drops back, finds his first completion of the season. That'll go for 12, and then he breaks the tackle. It'll go for a little more, up to the 43-yard line before he is absolutely blasted. And it's 1st and 10, so Pennington goes 0 for 2 with a pick, and then finally finds a completion there on this field that looks weird.
It's like the completion is a fine
Marvin Harrison, perhaps?
Cleansing the palate
Number
before
88?
a big meal of a run.
That is beautiful.
I've been, collecting some food metaphors for you. Ball on the 43.
1st down and 10.
They're going with Dion.
Pennington with the pitch. He'll go with a nice spin move. Another nice spin move to get up past the 50, and he is off to the races inside the 40, all the way down near the 30-yard line. And I think that's why you kind of maybe want to try and take the ball out of Pennington's hand, especially after those first couple of passes. Just a beautiful spin move. And they let the second one show as well. Nice block on the backside there.
That move off at just the right time, Peter. That is a tough tackle for anyone.
And this Cowboys offense is moving nicely here over these last couple of plays.
The Cowboys have a first.
And I'm guessing that we're just not going to get to know this offensive or defensive unit. So hopefully we'll see them sometime in the future. As long as they're still competitive before like week 10, then we'll have another opportunity. Flanagan talking there to number 84.
He could have easily been picked off.
Another not great throw from Pennington. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Oh, I thought he had room off the right side. Why didn't he bounce it to the right? Instead, he ran right into the defensive line there. He got tackled after a short gain.
It's 3rd and 9.
3-down lineman for the Houston Texans. You'd imagine someone would be coming with some extra pressure. And they do bring 4. They bring a little linebacker. Oh, that's going to beat, I believe Darren Sharper was on the defensive side there. And Hilliard, Ike Hilliard, comes up with the reception there.
He gets the job done.
It's a little behind. It's a really nice adjustment there to get the ball that's behind from Pennington. But 1st and 10. We are moving through this first quarter of action. We will have all the scores and standings updates here after this game. Which is set for week number 2 as Pennington nearly throws another interception. And the ball looked like it was maybe a little underthrown, or the receiver overran the route. That defender was kind of just right place, right time, but could not come up with the pick. And it's 2nd down and 10. The Cowboys lucky to retain possession of this ball. Hilliard, they move in motion. Looks like it's a single back set here for the Dallas Cowboys. Pennington drops and fires off the hands, perhaps, of Hilliard right there. A couple of errant throws could threaten to grind this drive to a halt, and a field goal attempt.
3rd and 10. They have 4 receivers in. Pennington drops back.
Pennington again. There were a couple of receivers in that area, and nobody could come up with it. So, wow. Look like they're going to do a nice job to make up for that interception, to drive down the field, respond to the Houston touchdown, and instead 3 incomplete passes completely stalls the drive. Though they have an opportunity to come away with 3 points here. The kick is up, and it is good inside the right upright. So it will be a 7-3 game here with 16 seconds to go in quarter number 1.
For 3 points. Oh, nothing wrong with that.
I like that, the way he stands up.
As if it had been half the distance.
And he'd be that cool if it was twice the distance. This guy is great.
This guy is
Very
great.
close. It's still anybody's game. The score 7-3. Lines up, signals, and we're ready for the
I have an outro screen / intro screen, but I forgot to put it on before I started the recording. So I'll give you a little outro today. You watch last season's videos if you'd like. Don't forget to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. I am 10 subscribers away from 2,000.
It'd be great if they did it again.
Just hit 1990, which is unbelievable. Thank you all so much for the incredible support over the years. About to enter year number 6 of doing content. And this has been a mainstay for 101 weeks. Goodness gracious. Where was that throw going? You were trying to thread 2 defenders there? That barely made it to the first defender. That was a horrendously underthrown ball. The Dallas Cowboys missed a golden opportunity to steal away a possession and perhaps take the lead. Subscribe, ring the bell. We'll be doing this for the next 20 weeks. Hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully it's a good season. I'm excited about it. And I'm looking very correct about just making sure that I pick 3 games a week. Oh, wow. Got pushed forward on that one. And that will do it for quarter number 1. Texans 7, Cowboys 3 in the inaugural game of the Houston Texans franchise. A couple of possessions for each team. The 1 turnover for the Dallas Cowboys led to the Texans touchdown. Otherwise, everything fairly balanced so far.
It's 3rd and about 3.
The Texans, I think, finally, I mean, they made the playoffs a couple of times with Deshaun Watson, but they have their quarterback, superstar C.J. Stroud. So we see their running back get dumped in the backfield for a loss of about 3, and that'll set up a 4th and 5. Number 55 with a terrific job there to stretch that run to the outside. The first guy got there, put him off balance, and then he was able to knock him to the turf, which looks weird in this game, but whatever. We will have, what's coming up tonight? Oh, tonight's baseball. Mariners baseball tonight. Taking on the Detroit Tigers, I want to say, in a 3-game set. They will be off to Cleveland on Thursday, and then I believe back home. And I think we're going to start seeing more of the divisional teams. I sure wish they would bring back, that would be like my number 1 request at this point, would be like, hey, let me tinker with the innings. Look at what NBA 2K does. I don't know if Madden does it, but look at what NBA 2K does. You can adjust the quarters. You can adjust the CPU sim quarters, and let me truncate a season so I can do a fantasy draft in the off season. I think that would be fun to keep the baseball content rolling. I don't think there are quite enough days to do like individual videos, so I'd probably be double headers, but it would be a fun way to keep things going. For me personally, I know it's not everybody's thing, and I think a lot of people would go like, well, what about March to October? It's not what I want. I want a very specific thing, and what I have to do is I have to go to I have to go all the way back to 2017, which has the scheduling issue that we see a lot of the AL West, which I really appreciate the 2023 schedule. I really appreciate it. Got some scores going on down there, brought to you by Sega Sports. 3rd down and 4. They're going to go with the run, and it was, wow, okay. I thought that was going to be an easy 1st down. Not only an easy 1st down, but a big blast off that right side. Instead, the Texans defense collapses perfectly at the line to gain, and they're able to hold him back from picking up the yards necessary. Unfortunately, Dallas will go for the punt here, which I guess makes sense in this game. Also, it seems like the NFL is going to probably ban the tush push, which is great. I mean, oh wow, fair catch. Okay. See how it says fair catch over there? I think it's fine to ban the tush push. There's no defense for it. There's no defending that that kind of play. So enjoy it while you can, Philadelphia Eagles, who got absolutely spanked in a wild game against San Francisco. And backed up what I believe Dabo Sweeney said. No, that's not the right name. Deebo Samuel. That was the name I was trying to think of. I don't know why. Oh, intercepted. That is a huge mistake from the Houston Texans quarterback, who I totally remember is Vinny Testaverde. Take a look at the replay. Oh, Sean Springs. Seattle Seahawks Sean Springs just steps right in front of the route. That is a terrible throw. There are at least 2 defenders in that area. A third kind of lurking in the same general vicinity. It's an awful throw by Vinny Testaverde, and it sets up the Dallas Cowboys with terrific field position. Deebo Samuel was talking about last year after the brutal NFC playoff loss that they had. If Brock Purdy was in, it wouldn't have even been close. And a lot of people, I think, kind of laughed at that. And then you see the score was like 42-19. You're like, oh, okay. I think maybe he knew something that we didn't. I gotcha. 2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard gain. See if this Houston Texans defense can buckle down and hold them to another field goal attempt. Pennington's been inconsistent from the quarterback spot. 3 backs in the backfield. They'll go with a run. They're going to go right side. He'll get taken out at the legs there. And because of the way that he fell, instead of getting hit and going forward, he got hit and went backward. So that makes it 3rd and 1 instead of a potential 1st and 10.
3rd and 1.
Most importantly, though, Green Bay rips off another win, and another big win against a Super Bowl contender. They'll go with that same formation again. That time he's able to reach forward for the 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10.
Left, gets a little contact, but still manages to keep his feet moving and plow ahead for the 1st.
Ball on the 11. They have 2
1st and 10 from the 11. Huge win, though, for Green Bay. Very happy they're in the playoff race, currently in the 7th spot. Oh, and that's a nice find for 6. So Houston's defense breaks on this drive. That was actually a defender right in the way. 51 kind of went into the air.
Yeah, can you imagine if he'd lost it? Boy, that would have been a heartbreaker.
Good find by Pennington, who I just criticized as being a little inconsistent so far.
Hollis will line up for the point after. It's up.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. So Dallas rips off 10 straight points to take a 3-point lead with a minute and a half to go before halftime.
10-7.
4 plays, 22 yards, a minute and 15 seconds off the clock there.
Hollis will kick this one away.
And that kick is away. And it'll be from the A, the top of the A, up to the 15 to the 20, and he'll get pushed forward to the 24. See if this Houston Texans team can make a little bit of a run toward the field goal range.
Great opportunity to bring this game closer before halftime. Let's see if they can make something happen here.
A minute and 23 seconds left.
These are our fans. Give them something to cheer about.
They're going with their tight end right.
Ball on the Houston 24. Going to go with a run to the outside. Wow, Wheatley just did not go down. Wow, that is a run right there, huh? It's a 2-yard gain instead of a 4-yard loss. Not a lot of urgency here out of this Houston team.
Ball at the 26-yard line.
They will get the ball first after half, so I would have hoped that they would have more urgency, but
White goes in motion.
they are pretty deep in their own territory. If they get the one big play, they should maybe... Oh, no, just kidding. They're going to go with another run. Wheatley again fighting off a tackler behind the line of scrimmage. That time he turns it into a 6-yard gain. That'll set up a very manageable 3rd and 2.
It all hinges on this move here. Just a sharp little poke. Hey, if you got a free hand, use it.
Well, that little poke got him some good yards.
Okay. The little poke got him some good yards.
Short yardage. Play tight deep. Double
3rd down and 2. Going with a handoff, they'll go to the outside. He'll again make a man miss, and he'll pick up the 1st down out near the 39-yard line. Still no shift in mentality here for the Houston Texans.
As he takes off here, and more importantly, he picks up the 1st down right there.
Good run to convert on 3rd. Keeps the drive alive.
So just
Ball on
no
the 39.
urgency here at all, and no willingness for Houston to try and throw the ball around a little bit. Under 20 seconds to go here in the half. They'll go with yet another run.
Forces through.
And just a very confusing end to this second quarter, as Houston will...
It's now 2nd and 6.
Okay.
The Texans.
The Texans took a timeout with 1 second to go.
Just 1 second left on the clock. Verde from shotgun. Throws.
Steps back deep, bomb incomplete, and we will go to halftime with a 10-7 score. Kind of an anticlimactic end to that half. I thought maybe once Houston would pick up that first down, they would turn it into a different gear, but they just kind of didn't. I don't know if they were a little gun-shy following the pick or what, but
Welcome to the
I don't know.
ESPN halftime update. Let's review what went on in the first half. The Cowboys
very balanced effort so far from this Cowboys offense. 46 rushing yards, 40 passing yards, 86 total yards. The Houston Texans not doing a lot through the air, only 11 passing yards. Most of their yards coming through the ground, or coming on the ground. Mo Lewis hot at the half. He has 3 tackles. That's it.
I'm Clark Dishman with a
You're not even going to give that to
ESPN post-game show at the conclusion of the game.
All right.
Let's send it back to Dan and Peter.
Maybe they knew they were getting the ball after the break. Make some adjustments to try to get in without doing any more damage or having any more damage done. I don't know. Of course, I am looking at this from a very modern NFL perspective rather than the 2002-2003 variant of it. From the goal line up to the 10 to the 15. And they'll get to the 21-yard line, which is right about that average starting field position. 1st and 10 for the Houston Texans.
Well, this game could go either way, Dan, and that's what makes this drive critical. They'd love to put some points on the board right here.
All at the 21-yard line.
Let's go, guys. Get the fans something to cheer for.
They go for a run play yet again, 3 yards off the right side. And they just seem so content. Only 11 yards through the air for this Houston Texans team.
All on the 25.
Unless I read that backwards.
Keep your eyes open. Don't give them an inch.
They line up in the eye. Wheatley with
We'll go with another handoff. Nice job turning it upfield there. Looked like he was going to run it toward the sideline, but there was not going to be anywhere for him to go.
He gets a few.
Now picks up a couple to set up a third down and manageable. 3rd and 4.
Third and 4.
Filling the gap. They ain't going nowhere.
They're going with their tight end left. White in motion. Testaverde drops back.
Testaverde drops, and I guess that's kind of why you're just trusting your run game. Testaverde overthrew that pass by a large margin, and it was a bad throw, too, because the defender was all over it. So it'll be 4th down and 4. They will punt this ball away. And the Houston Texans look like they could be the team in the most trouble from what we've seen today. Chicago was able to overcome a couple of interceptions thrown. Minnesota looked all right.
Good punt here.
Tennessee obviously looked like the best team that we saw. And I'd say Philadelphia was 2nd, maybe 3rd to Chicago. This Dallas team still has a half to kind of impress me. This Houston offense has not looked very good. Their defense is keeping them in this game, but they have given up 10 points to lose the lead. However, I don't really think that's their fault. Nice job by, I believe that's Sharper, number 42. He's got a little bit of an injury to the hand, it looks like, after the 3-yard gain, slow to get up. So 2nd down and 7, and we'll get a report from, I forget who. I forget their name. It's not a name that I recognized. It's a holdover from the previous year. Trying to find a little bit of room, but nothing doing there. They gained 3, and then they lost 1. So 3rd down and 8.
3rd and 8. They're going with 3 wideouts. Hilliard goes in motion. Pennington fades back.
Pennington drops back, and he finds a completion on 3rd and 8. Houston did such a good job to limit the damage in the rushing game, but they let Hilliard free on the back end there. And Pennington finds a little sidearm sling there. A couple of defenders in the area, but it's just a really nicely thrown ball. Excellent job using his body to shield the defender away from the pass.
Ball on the 47.
Ike Hilliard, 3 receptions, 39 yards, averaging 16 yards a catch. How does that sound wrong? Every time 16 is 48. Or 16, it must have been 16 yards after the catch. That's on me. That's my bad. Yep, it was Yak. Definitely was Yak. Yakko and Wacko. And then there's Dot. 2nd down and 8.
They go with the I formation.
I formation. 1 receiver split to the top side of your screen. They're going to pitch the opposite way. Well blocked on that side, but the running back broke inside instead. I think if you break outside toward the sideline, you're looking at a bit of a better gain because there were some nice blocks set up by the receivers to his right. Instead, he went to his left, and a good rally by the Houston Texans to limit the damage to 4 yards. 3rd down and 4. If Houston gets a stop here, they'll force a punt. Pennington. Oh, and they left him open again. Oh, this Dallas offense here feeling a little bit like the Chicago offense we saw earlier in the program. Maybe the Houston Texans a little bit like the Minnesota defense, where it feels like they get 1, maybe 2 plays in a row that are like pretty good, or at least mitigating the damage, right? You're only giving up 4. You're setting yourself up to get off the field, and then you're just leaving a player open. Pennington's not throwing particularly well. He has a touchdown and interception, 64 yards, only 5 completions on the day. He just can't get off the field, but he does get off the block to make the tackle. It'll go for no gain. Oh, I think he's already back.
Westfall has the full details. Michelle?
He said that his shoulder is a bit tender from falling on it. He's getting it looked at and is expected to go back into the game shortly. Back to you, Dan.
I think he's already in the game. Is he not already in the game? Is that not number 24? Oh, we have the extent of the injury. He's like, I'm back in. We'll go with yet another run. That time he's bouncing left side. Oh, makes the guy miss at the first down marker. He's inside the 10, and he'll get all the way to the 5 before he's escorted out of bounds. First and goal for the Dallas Cowboys.
Fred Baxter provides needed assistance there with a monster of a block.
It's just a... There's a nice block on the outside.
Absolutely, Dan. You know, sometimes the difference between 2 and 20 yards is just one guy on defense.
He's hunting down, ready for another one.
Well, they're going to need more than a half-hearted arm tackle to put him down.
Candidate's stats. Back in the game following the injury. They'll give the ball right back to him. He'll get tackled after a short gain at 2. And that will bring up second down and goal as we end the third quarter. Dallas up 3 and looking for more. It's 10-7 as we head to the fourth. More coverage coming your way. Right after they flip the field, and we give you some stats. 64 yards. Oh, I'm sorry. That was not the cough I was looking for. I was correct. 53 yards on the ground, 11 through the air. The Dallas Cowboys have more yards in both categories individually than the Houston Texans have total. So that's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
They have 2 tight ends in.
Second and goal here. They're going to rush off the right side, and they will find the end zone immediately.
Shuttles into the end zone for the touchdown. And there's the score.
Yep,
And there's the score.
Into the end zone.
Absolutely. I think that 6 points was an inevitability rather than a possibility.
Dallas looking to take control in this one. Houston, I really think that last possession of the first half was just so bad. They didn't even try. They called the timeout with 1 second remaining and just winged it downfield. It's like, what are you going to do? Because there's no way you're getting that all the way to the end zone.
The Cowboys have extended their lead and make it a 2-score game. They're up 17-7.
And they just haven't been able to establish anything on offense. I don't think Dallas fears their passing game at all.
For the kickoff. It's away.
And the Houston Texans are looking to lose their first franchise game. And they got tackled at the 23-yard line. There's still plenty of time here. Field goal is a viable option. This Cowboys offense, though, has been so balanced. It's given this Houston defense a lot of trouble.
Ball at the 23-yard line.
Everybody's watching. It's time to shine. Watch wide left.
Testaverde aims back.
Testaverde drops back and fires over the middle. He finds a completion for about 15 yards there, and that is a good start to this drive. That doubles their passing offense in that one play.
Solid pass into single coverage there. Let's see it again.
It's a quick pass. He didn't really look any other direction.
No opening for it to be picked off
Hit
at
the
all.
top of that drop and let it rip.
Emphasis on guided. He knew exactly where that pass was going.
First down and
Ball
10.
on the 36.
From the 36-yard line. Houston's got to come away with some kind of points here. Wheatley off the left side. He'll gain 3 up to the 40.
It's second and about 7 yards.
That's all they get. That's all they get.
Testaverde with a deep drop. Oh, he looked like he had the completion, but the contact jarred that ball loose. 3rd down and 7. This is a must-have 3rd down for the Houston Texans, who have done very little on offense, especially through the air. Wheatley has been a huge component of their the yardage on the ground. Well, obviously, because he's a running back. Where's he going with that sentence? Testaverde throws over the middle. The Cowboys look like they brought a little extra pressure. Testaverde with a good job to stand in there and make a nice throw. Now, we've seen this kind of offense give some trouble, so we'll see if this leads to an interception. No, just an incompletion that time. 2nd down and 10. But Wheatley's contribution on the ground has been the focal point of this offense. Is more where I was trying to go. That's all right. 2nd down and 10 right from midfield. Good to see Houston use a little bit of the hurry-up offense there. Barlow just could not come down with that ball. I thought he had it. It was a little too tall for him off the fingertips of the outstretched hand. And yet again we have a must-have 3rd down here for this Houston offense. Testaverde whips it in. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for the completed pass, but you got to find the man in blue, not the man in white and blue. Taylor comes away with the pick, and that's probably going to do it for this one. Dallas hasn't been the most overwhelmingly good team, or just a very situationally effective team, I guess.
And that is some beautiful upfield running.
Beautiful. Well, Dan, it's time to use the clock. They can wrap this game up if they take their time.
Ball at the 45-yard line.
Hands the ball off. He goes up the middle, flipped over into his head, and it's 2nd down and 5.
2nd down, 5 yards to go.
I'll start working this clock down inside 3 minutes. So there is some form of good clock management as we are getting ready to wrap up episode number 1 of this series, or of this season, I should say. Episode number 101 of the entire series. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it.
It's 2nd and 5.
I have fun doing this, and I'm hoping that the 2K games can bring in some new people. Whether it's your first episode, whether it's your 4th episode. Whether you joined in Season 1, Season 4, you joined in just now. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe. 10 subscribers away from 2,000. I'd love to hit that number by the end of 2023. And it's my birthday month, just as a reminder. So if you want to get me a little gift, it's free. You can hit the subscribe button. If you want to go in as an extra step, December 30th is my birthday specifically. And if you'd like, you make a little playlist that totals like 24 hours. You just watch a bunch of content. There you go.
Ball on the 34.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Dallas up 17-7 as we hit the 2-minute warning. 1st and 10 inside the 35. They'll pitch it to the running back, and he'll get tripped up but stays on his feet. Excellent balance. It looks like the Texans are going to take that first time out. Not a bad time to take a timeout. Try and keep yourself in this game. That interception was an absolute killer. We've seen that's the 2nd game in a row now that we've seen that kind of interception just suck the air out of any comeback possible. Or any possible comeback, I should say. And we'll go with probably another timeout. Okay, all right. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the timeout usage because they're still in the game, 1. And 2, there's some form of hurry-up offense in this game. So that is fine. I don't think they have the offense to make the comeback because they haven't done anything through the air.
Shotgun formation.
But at least give yourself a chance, huh? 3rd down and 8. Your team has to come away with it. We're going to see, I believe, the first penalty of the video. Shot block on the offense. They actually be able to decline it. 4th and 5. The penalty, I believe, stops the clock, so they will save Houston a timeout there. Might have had one penalty earlier in this game, but I don't remember it. I could also be mixing up the videos. It's been a long day. Been a long day. It was really demoralizing learning that they just didn't. They randomized the divisions as well. Hold them to a field goal attempt here. That kick is up, and the kick is no good. I don't know. It's so hard to see. It looked good. I didn't realize the depth was off a little bit. So it'll maintain, or the Dallas Cowboys will hold on to a 10-point lead. And that makes that interception even more backbreaking.
They will need to score very, very quickly, however.
See what this Houston offense can do. Testaverde, he'll throw it to the... Who's that? Blanking on the name there. That is not the pass you want right there. That is going to be a pass for no gain, maybe a yard if you are absolutely lucky. And it's going to run the clock. You can't have that kind of a pass right there. You're getting good starting field position at the 37-yard line.
They line up with their tight end right.
Testaverde with a deep drop. He'll whip it down the sideline. And they'll be in Dallas Cowboys territory. And they'll take their final timeout. Looks like they're going to be starting at the 47-yard line on this next set of downs. Not really sure what happened there, but
Totally threads the needle.
There are 2 defenders there, Peter.
Dwight with a nice reception there before he gets crushed by John Lynch.
There was not a lot of room for anything.
Ball on the 47.
So 1st and 10 for Tim Dwight. Not for Tim Dwight, sorry. 3 receptions for 39 yards for Tim Dwight. My apologies. I don't know what the hell was happening there. 1st and 10 for the Texans, and they're going to throw in between a couple of defenders. One defender just kind of threw his arms up, hoping to get in the way, but did not deflect the pass. They'll go with maybe a little play action there. Float pass to the outside. He'll step out of bounds at the 30-yard line. They're back to Dwight there. And it's 1st and 10. Seems like the Dallas Cowboys playing a little bit of the prevent defense, which allows for a lot of yards.
17 seconds to go.
Update on Tim Dwight's stats. 1:17 to go here in the 4th 10-point game. There's a throw, a diving catch, but a weird collision jars it loose from Barlow.
A minute, 13 seconds left.
Testaverde throws over the middle. That's a completion down to the 20. They will work with the hurry-up offense. Oh, it's a beautiful sight to see until they throw an interception. There's another throw, and that's an incomplete pass at the 10. I'd like to see these hurry-up offenses lead to consecutive good plays, not one good play and then an interception, or in the case with Houston, a couple of incompletions with even 60 seconds to go.
They go with one man back.
2nd and 10, float pass, and the contact jars that one loose yet again. 3rd down and 10. You can kick the field goal here. It's not the worst situation. You're going to have to recover the onside kick regardless because you're out of timeouts. But you got to get both of them. I mean, do you just kind of say, screw it on 3rd and 10 and go for it? Oh my goodness, another colossal hit jars the ball loose. This Dallas Cowboys, I almost said the wrong name, Dallas Cowboys defense is doing a good job to hold them to this field goal attempt.
54 seconds on the game clock. Lindell lines up for the field goal. It's up.
And the kick is up. And the kick is good to make it a 7-point contest with 51 seconds to go.
Ryan Lindell nails it for 3. Great kick.
It's all about focus.
Without question, Peter. You know, he's got to factor in things like wind and weather, but ultimately it just, for him, comes down to the ball and the uprights. The Texans cut into the lead, and the game can go anywhere from here.
Yep, it can go anywhere from here. 10-play, 43-yard drive. 50 seconds. We will see an onside kick here.
Lindell sets up for the onside kick.
Oh boy, that was a really rough onside kick. It went to 10 yards. It actually hit a Dallas Cowboy. It was on the ground for a moment, but the Houston Texans could not get there in time to recover it. So that will do it. 17-10 your final. The back-breaking interception thrown by the Texans. Didn't lead to any points, but it cut any hope of them, or it severely cut into any chance that they had to complete a comeback. Good God, my brain. What in the world? That I fell apart there. I fell apart much like the Houston Texans offense. See kneel down here from Chad Pennington. I'd say, yeah, I mean, I would say that the Philadelphia Eagles probably the better team of the two NFC East teams that we took a look at today. Best team that we saw, I would say, easily Tennessee. So, barring any sort of injury, we could have watched two potential division winners here in this first week. Bears looked really good. They overcame 2 turnovers, but Vikings gave them a challenge. And that'll do it. 17-10 your final here from Houston. The Houston Texans lose their first game of their franchise history by a touchdown. And that'll do it. Let's get to the post-game report, and then we'll get you some scores, and we'll get you
Welcome to the ESPN
get you on out of here. Total yards 158 for the Dallas Cowboys. Houston Texans ended up piling up 133 yards. Neither offense looked particularly good. The ground game was stronger, I would say, for both teams. I know that the passing yards were larger on the Texan side of things, but that was a large chunk in that last drive. Candidate went for 94 yards on 19 carries, 52 after the first hit, no fumbles, 1 touchdown, and he is your player of the game. We got one more game to simulate, and then we will get you. Yes.
Welcome to the ESPN.
We got a weekly wrap-up right here. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Steelers knock off the Patriots 13-11. Janikowski with a 50-yard field goal. Cardinals take down Washington 17-9 to improve to 1-0. The Packers, they fall to the Falcons 23-6. 107 receiving yards for Tim Brown. 34-19 your final as the Panthers beat the Ravens. Let's see, we have the Dolphins over the Lions 31-26. I'm losing it. I'm falling apart.
Over in the NFC North battle, we had
one of our games that we had, 17-14. Hard to talk over someone while they are talking as well. You can take a look at the scores here. Oh, I should probably take my camera off there so you can see the records. Bengals come with a couple of lopsided games there. And Seahawks logo a little weird. Oh, we saw Seahawks Raiders in one of the episodes that we did as well.
Get their first win of the year. And wrapping it up, we had the Giants win by 12. Now let's go straight to our ESPN highlight of the
Oh,
week.
this is awesome. They like
Jeff
make a
Brisket
highlight.
was able to drive it downfield, and right here you can see his longest pass of the day. Amazing.
Oh, I was going to say that was his longest pass of the day.
Troy Brown is our ESPN
Troy Brown.
Offensive Player of the
Oh,
Week.
I thought it was just. I thought it
His
just said
numbers, you can
college,
see
like they
why.
forgot to
A
put what it
standout
was.
performance by
Troy Brown
anyone
from
standing.
Marshall with a
Jason
terrific
Gilden
performance,
comes
and
away with some
Jason
remarkable
Gilden
numbers,
from
and it
Oklahoma
shows that he
State.
is truly a force to be reckoned with. He gets our ESPN Defensive Player of the Week award.
Both AFC players, and that'll do it. So, in case you didn't catch it, Giants over the 49ers 22-10. Cardinals beat Washington 17-9. The Falcons all over the Packers 23-6. Panthers beat the Ravens 34-19. The Dolphins beat the Lions 31-26. And I have talked entirely too much today. Colts beat the Jaguars, or Colts fall to the Jaguars 30-24. The Browns knock off the Chiefs 32-30. We saw the Bears beat the Vikings 17-14. The Bills eke out a win against the Jets 20-19. The Titans beat the Eagles 27-17. Bengals all over the Chargers 32-13. Saints crush the Buccaneers 25-10. Seahawks beat the Raiders by 2, 23-21. Broncos beat the Rams by 2, 17-19. Cowboys over the Texans by a touchdown 17-10 in our third game of the day. And then last but not least, the Monday night game, the Patriots fall to the Steelers 13-11 in a very odd score. Do not advance, do not advance, do not advance, do not advance. Oh dear God, I thought I hit start, so let's go ahead and just save. Safety save. Get you a look at the standings. It is kind of just like a AFC, NFC thing, and I think it's going to prove to make the playoff standings a little bit tricky to look at, because I don't think they have just an NFL standings, but maybe if we get far enough, this has like a playoff scenario sort of thing. I doubt it, but who knows? We'll have to find out later in the season. Let's take a look at the team standings. Yeah, you just have the NFC and the AFC. The Bears, the only team in the NFC to win. They're 1-0. Everybody else, obviously, 0-1. Two teams in the NFC East win, Cowboys and Giants. Philadelphia and Washington, they fall in their opening games. The South of the NFC South goes 3-1, I guess. Falcons, Panthers, Saints pick up their first win of the season. The Buccaneers, they get crushed and they fall to 0-1. The West is the same way. The Cardinals, Rams, and Seahawks all 1-0. And the 49ers, the only team to lose. The AFC has a division just like that, with the Bengals, Browns, and Steelers picking up their first wins of the season. The Ravens, the only team to lose in that division. The AFC East has the Bills and the Dolphins at 1-0. The Jets and Patriots fall in very close games, but they do lose. They are 0-1. The South is split, with the Jaguars and Titans picking up wins, and the Texans and Colts, they both lose. And the AFC West, just straight losers. Every team lost. So there you go. I was wondering if we would get one division that was all one way or the other, and it was the AFC West. So you only see the AFC, you only see the NFC, so it's going to be interesting trying to figure out who is where once we get to the playoffs. But we'll see. We'll figure it out. It'll be another fantastic season here inside Random Rosters. Thank you again so much for watching. I know I didn't thank you that long ago, but I do appreciate it. This is a series that I kind of just randomly started because I thought it'd be interesting. It comes out of a grab bag episode where I got a Madden 04 PS2 copy and just kind of saw what would happen like we watched the Super Bowl. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I just buy every football game I can get my hands on and make a series out of it? And I've done it for 100 episodes, and I'll do it for probably at least several hundred more. I mean, not several hundred, but I think we'll have ESPN, NFL 2K5, or 2K3, 2K4, 2K5, NFL Fever 05, Madden 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, 11, and 12. So including this season to be, I believe that's, oh God, how many episodes? Like 220 or something like that? 240? So maybe it is hundreds more. Who knows? Subscribe, ring the bell for more content. I'll be back later tonight with more Mariners baseball. We should be in Detroit playing the Tigers. I'll be back tomorrow with something, I don't really know. And then we'll be back tomorrow night with some NBA 2K24 random rosters. Back in Seattle, Mariners baseball and MLB The Show 17 Thursday through Sunday. Taste test on Saturday, co-op on Thursday, something on Friday, something on Sunday, something on Monday. Who knows? Best way to know, subscribe and ring the bell. Thank you again for watching. Good sports. Oh, good night. I forgot I don't actually have an outro for this, so right on my face, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want. Over to my right, your left. I don't know, whatever is over that way. Be sure to check out last season's videos, and then up there is the Mariners playlist. Good sports. Good night. Thank you for watching.